Ladies and gentlemen of the living and the dead, my name is Ari Esther, and I am your friendly neighbor, Copernicus, here's all things horror. Happy Monday! Happy Monday! It is the start of another long summer week. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see, January fan. Hi. Hope the things are going really well. Thank you, thank you. It's been a busy day, but it's not super bad, all things considered. So, my fingers are crossed. I think that you could become a cooler detective than Sherlock Holmes. Oh, that is a high bar. That is a high bar. That is a high bar. All right. What is going on today? What is going on today? Honestly, not much. Not much. It was a long day. It was a long day. I also didn't sleep a lot last night, so I'm really tired. But nothing will stop me from playing detective games. It's gonna be a busy week this week, but we're gonna stream when we can. So, we are back today with Murders on the Yangtze River. Last week we were, solving the case of a dead foreman in a steel factory. And we wrapped that up real quick in one stream. The haunted furnace. So that's where we're starting off. My jelly was right. I thought the accountant was sus. And then immediately, because he smiled so nicely but creepily, my jelly said he was the killer and turned out to be the case. Which is crazy. But it'd be like that sometimes. Hello, Brondo. I'm late. Restart the stream, please. Literally nothing has happened. So, I think you're just as good starting it here. But if you're talking about the stream in another dimension, I can't help you. How are you, Brondo? How's it going? Happy Monday. Let's see what the next murder case is gonna be. Anyway, we settled the matter of Foreman Ting. It was the accountant, because he was getting kickbacks from the foreign railway companies, I think. I don't remember. And so here we are after the case has been solved. I didn't see the main menu. I missed out on big lore. Yes, you did. It turned out that the accountant turned into a dragon and flew away. I know what I'm talking about. Alright, I forgot who this is. But he's like the boss of this place. So thanks to you, Mr. Shen, and the matter for Ting is settled. You're welcome. I was just performing my duties. Yeah. It's way too hot in my area, not ready for a week in hell. It's supposed to cool down this week where I am. I don't know about anywhere else. It's like a high of 85 today. It's supposed to go down to like the 75s later this week, so my fingers are crossed. The weather people didn't lie to me. But, it's definitely... I can't tell if it's cooler today or because I went to work and there was AC at work and thus I felt as if it was cooler. I'm sorry, what, Accountant Dragon Rivers? Yes! Yes, the accountant who murdered the foreman turned into a dragon and flew away on the river. Yeah, that's totally what happened! I'm not misleading people at all to the story of the game. Anyway, Afu is here. Too bad that Robinson ran away. Don't let him get away with this. Oh yeah. Robinson was in cahoots with the accountant. Not about the murder regarding the kickbacks. I promise I would do my best to deal with Robinson. Okay. Mr. Shen, I would like to have a few words with Afu in private. Oh, are you stealing my assistant? Can you not? I need him. For science. Alright. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna wait for Afu outside. Please don't steal him. I need him for science. You telling me there's gonna be a river in the desert? What? What do you mean? There's no desert. There's the river. It's called Murders on the Yangtze River. What do you mean? What desert? Afu, I thought you looked familiar ever since I saw you. Could you be the son of Mr. Su? Oh. Do I look that much like him? I don't know, Afu, do you? Of course, being so knowledgeable at such a young age is quite a spitting image of him. Oh. Oh, I guess, Afu's dad is famous. Back when your father was the deputy administrator of the ironworks, I was just a greenhorn. Oh! I see. Afu's dad also worked at the ironworks. It's hard to imagine that Mr. Deputy Administrator used to be like that. Damn, my reference got ignored. Muto just banned me once again, shaking my head. I don't think Muto is here yet. Muto usually comes a little bit later. Afu, have you seen the books in the laboratory? I don't know, have you? Afu has. Yeah, he read them all super attentively a long time ago. I don't know what that means, but okay. Those books are all written and translated by your father. I'm sure this is going somewhere. I'm not sure where it's going, but I'm sure it's going somewhere. Oh, never mind. Afu's dad died in an explosion. Maybe they'll be important later. That's all in the past. Okay. Yes, people need to look forward. Okay, I'm sure there's a point here somewhere. We just haven't gone into it yet. Don't worry, Your Honor. I'll keep passing down the knowledge of physics. How about chemistry? Excellent. Like father, like son. Come back and visit Hangyang often. This is your home. Okay? Okay? This is... I don't know what the point is, but maybe it'll be important later. Sorry to keep you waiting. No worry, Afu. I was just talking to Brondo in chat. There's a good smell coming off of you. What? What? Why are you smelling Shen? Oh, Shen has food. Shen has food. Sesame cake! I want sesame cake. I want cake in general. Might as well help me check to see if it is laced with any knockout drugs. Oh. Okay, Afu ate it. Sweet and crispy. No poison whatsoever. What if it kills you later? What if it's one of those slow-acting poisons? They don't have those? They didn't have those in the 1920s? Never mind, he ate all of it. Aren't you gonna eat any? I'm not a fan of sweets. And what? And what? Shen, you didn't finish your sentence. Shen didn't finish the sentence. Never mind. I don't know where we're going with this. Let's talk to... the patrolman! What are you doing here? Oh, Chow can't find Awu, so he asked me to help out. Oh. You should go and look around the courtyard. We saw Awu secretly burying this morning's slag under the camphor tree in the courtyard. We did? Miss Wen smiled and took a photo of Awu. When he noticed, his face was red as an apple. Okay, yes, that happened. He insisted that he wasn't burying slag, but actually helping the tree loosen soil. He's so stubborn, the little donkey boy. I don't know what is happening here, but we're just gonna keep going. Alright. Nothing from the patrolman. Let's talk to... Old Lee! Now that the case is solved, you can finally take a break. Thanks to you two, the statue situation has finally settled down. What statue situation? Oh, no one's... Oh yeah! They thought the statue was, like, cursed or something. Forgot about that. Everyone's saying that Formanting lives inside that statue now. Maybe he is. How do you know? He did die in that room. His spirit could have, you know, went inside the statue. Formanting will bless us and bless the ironworks. Absolutely. If you believe it, then it's true. The helpers are willing to take over my work now. Mr. Lee allowed me to take a few days off. Alright, Oli, get fun. It's just like an old farmer entering the Imperial City. There's a first time for everything. Alright. I'm gonna head home and take a nap. Okay? Okay? You go do that. You go do that. You go do that. Hello, Dim Toes. Ari, when are we going to protect democracy? Helldivers. I don't even know what that is. What's Helldivers? What's Helldivers? What kind of game is it? Hello, Auntie Vu. Even though she didn't help us with anything. Oh, you're still here, Auntie Vu? Hello, Auntie. What a terrible thing to say. I agree, Afu. See an old lady, you're like, oh, what is to do here? That's rude. Don't be upset. I was just worried that you didn't have any time to rest. Do you hate squids, bugs, and clankers? Squids are okay. Bugs, half and half. I don't like worms. I don't like snails. I don't like caterpillars. But I'm okay with, like, I don't know, butterflies and moths and, like, crickets and stuff. And clankers, I have no feelings about clankers. It's about cooking and making gardens with the community. That may be somebody's idea of a good time, but maybe not mine. Because I don't like cooking and I don't like gardening. I don't like cooking and I don't like gardening. After all, you're the most amazing coroner across the world, or so we've heard. Don't flatter me, your detectives are much more skillful in his abilities. But, well, yes and no. Thank you, Auntie Boo. Yeah. Shen is humble. He would never dare to, you know, say he's better than you. Why are you acting all modest? Fake game alert! What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm playing a game right now! Even I was almost fooled during the case from before, but you were able to see through the trickery. Well, that's a little bit different. That wasn't a matter of, an autopsy. That was more a situation with the crime scene investigation. So I think you're okay. Take a rest, Auntie. See you around. Alright. Oh, never mind. Auntie Vu says I'd rather not because that means there's going to be a dead body. What are odds of the coroner and detective run into each other? I don't know. Someone must have died. That is true. We don't want to be Conan. Performative gaming! I see right through you! Wow. Harsh words. Harsh words! All because I don't like gardening?! Rude. Anyway, let's sport our ship. Have I finished everything here? Yes. Yes. Lee is an old friend of mine. He regards his ironworks as his own life. Do you want to drop a 500 kg bomb on said species that are not human? Depends on the species. Depends on if I like the species. You know what I mean? If you're like, drop 500 kg bomb on puppies, I'm gonna say no. But if you say drop 500 kg bomb on snails, I'm gonna say yes. We have to be a little bit more specific. Do you enjoy boating rides? Well, seeing as I live in America, there are some controversies around boating rides right now. So, do I have a game for you? Helldivers 2, Bring Democracy to the Galaxy. You know, I'm gonna Google this game. Helldivers 2. What is this? What kind of game is this? It's an FPS game? Well, it's technically third-person shooter, but it's an FPS game? I'm okay. I'm okay. Because A, I'm gonna get sick, and B, I'm terrible at FPS. It's a silly little extraction shooter where you kill everything, including your friends on cage. Oh, I don't do PvP. So, probably not then. I'm being exposed! It's all PvE. I'm okay. I'm not honestly not a fan of first-person shooters or third-person shooters or whatever. Because I get really sick when I play the games like that. That's number one. And two, like, you guys think I'm joking, but I'm really, really bad at FPS games. Like, terrible at FPS games. Just go and watch, like, one of my Tomb Raider streams, and you'll see how bad I was. How bad I still am. But I'm just messy. You're supposed to be bad at Helldivers. That's the best part. No, I'm okay. It doesn't sound like a game I'm gonna have fun with. I don't like playing any games that has PvP modes. When I'm on Steam and I see co-op, I immediately just skim right past it. I know a lot of people like PvP games. I'm not one of them. I like to play games in my own little world. And I don't really want to play games with other people. I know that sounds rude. But I'm like a soul. I enjoy playing games by myself. I enjoy playing games just like on my own, on my lonesome. Doesn't matter if it's PvE or PvP. I don't really like playing games with other people. I know that's a weird thing to say considering I'm a VTuber and VTubers, everyone their mom does collabs. So I like to live in my own world. It is a shooter, so no burst. I will throw up, them toes. I will throw up. When I was playing Tomb Raider, I had to stop like every hour. Every hour I had to stop because the game was making me so sick. It's okay, we will be there when Rhythm Heaven comes out. I'm gonna Google that. I've never heard of that game before. You guys are sidetracking me. We're never gonna solve whatever murder case is coming up. And on Rhythm Heaven. What the hell is this? It's a rhythm video game for the Nintendo DS. Oh, it's coming to Nintendo Direct June 2026. Is it gonna be on Switch or just like regular Switch or Switch 2 only? Oh, it's apparently available online too. I like rhythm games. Not weird. Some people just like what they like. I'm not. It sounds horrible. I'm not much of a team player when it comes to games. Actual peak? What, the game? Or my stream? Oh, never mind. Shipmaster Law has a message for us. Golden World's Public Challenge has replied to a telegram. Wait, we sent them a telegram? When? We did? When did we send him a telegram? Supervisor Acadia Face, familiar with the book The Confined Room Mystery, is willing to help. That's great. Let's go to Yangtze right now. Okay. I think Switch 2 only, which sucks. Oh yeah, then I'm afraid Rhythm Heaven and I shall never be acquainted. They come aboard. All right, we're boarding our ship. We're boarding our ship. Oh, it's journalist Wen. Things determine shadow clears up the night. The moon and Hangyang is shining bright. Okay. Look at what is made in Hangyang today. Watch and wonder as flames burst into waves. Does that rhyme? Kinda does, but kinda doesn't. Miss Wen is inspired. What? Oh, never mind. She's getting on our ship. Anyways, back to the murder mystery. Every stop distracting us. Excuse me. I wasn't the one that brought up Rhythm Heaven. How dare you? Anyway, we're sailing on the river again. I assume Yangtze River is a real river. I think. Maybe. Maybe. Had to turn on my OBS. So I can see if I drop frames. Excuse me. There's a poem on screen. I'm afraid I don't have the ability to understand it and live translate it. So, bada-dee, bada-boop. Even until today, Dazhou, Xincheng, Baoding, Hebei, Guiyang, Guizhou, Jingong Mountain, Henan still use the steel rails made by the Hangyang Iron Works. Oh, a little bit of history for us all. I don't recall, so it must have never happened. Well, I remember. Lavad shall immortalize it in 4K. Loading. Please come in. Oh, Miss Wen is here. Hello, is there something you need? I came to... What? Oh. Oh, she came to apologize! It's alright. Easy mistake. Not everyone is as smart as, Shen. So, I get it. It's alright. Yeah, without your help, we couldn't have solved the case. That's true. Your photographs came in clutch. You tricked Hone into lying and got him caught. That was truly brilliant. Your luminal reaction was the real game changer. Oh, we're having a little praise fest. We can say we've become acquainted through this experience. Yay? Yay for murder? If you ever need assistance in the future, feel free to ask. Oh, well, yeah. Afu, seriously? She needs something from us right now. Why do you think she's here? Yeah, is it about adding science knowledge to your articles? Actually, I'd like to interview you two detectives. Oh. I'm DMCAing the stream. I can't be exposed like that. Wow. That's just rude. How dare. I'm preparing a detective-themed newspaper column. I hope to use this to promote logical reasoning and science. Alas, most people I met claiming to be detectives are almost always frauds. No, Shen's the real deal, I think. Especially when he gets all schizophrenic. Shen is different. He's a genius and a reliable detective. Thank you, Alpha, for your faith. That's true. I want to turn your experience into articles and let more people know. Alright. No pressure. Just tell me about the cases you've worked on. Speaking of cases, Shen, I actually met through a case on this ship. Oh, are we going back in time? Ooh, are we going back in time? It was 2 years ago. Oh, was Afu, were you suspected of murder? Why don't... Oh. At $20, Afu was suspected of murder. It was on the night 2 years ago. It was my first time boarding the Shanghai. Alright, here we go. We're going back in time. We're time traveling. Mystic Ship into the Mist. Oh, Mystic Ship in the Mist. Chapter 4. Chapter 4. Play cards well, you must speculate. Once you know the entire deck played from the memory, this game is won. Here's a businessman. You know, he's a businessman because he's wearing expensive jewelry. Oh, wow! What is this? I think I won. Okay. Lady's name is Wu Ying-chu. The first mate. 10 feet of blue. Musanya on the table. It's the delightful beauty. I don't know what any of this means. I knew Ying-chu was going to win again. I don't know how to play any card games except for Solitaire. I don't even know how to play Go Fish. I also don't know how to play Uno. I've only ever played Solitaire. Ying-chu is on a roll. I've got a stroke of bad luck. Better disguise him for a better one. What if the girl's cheating? The madame is here. Ying-chu's the golden child of our family. It's only natural she gets lucky everywhere. Or she's cheating. Your luck isn't half bad, Ying-jo. You got to strike when the iron is hot. Otherwise, you'd still be stuck with that 9 of character card. I don't know what that means. Not even Maid's Tale? What's that? I only know Solitaire. Not everyone can strike when the iron is hot. Those who are incompetent will only get burned. You know, Madame Ying is spitting facts. Liang Xing, look at your sister and sister-in-law. One lucky and the other proactive. Oh, is she two married? We better watch out or else our chips will be snatched away by these two women. It won't be any snatching, just taking what is rightfully ours. You can take my chicks if you want, T-Man. I don't mind. Look at that. Ying-chu understands respect for seniority. I feel like the businessman is gonna die. No wonder the father loved her the most when he was still alive. Either the first mate or the businessman is gonna die, but I feel like it's gonna be the businessman. Ying-chu, if you're giving your chips to T-Man, why not give some to us too as well? All of my chips are here. You three can split it however you like. I was only joking. There's no need to be so serious about it. Didn't sound like a joke to me. None of these chips even matter. It's not even a full deck. Just passing time. 8 character cards are missing. There's no point in playing when someone is a sore loser. Okay? Why don't we play something else? Teach us how to play poker, Ying-chu. I don't know how to play poker either. I also have no poker face, so I would be really bad at it. I don't know anything about playing poker. Come on now, Ying-chu. Don't be modest. When I was cleaning up your luggage yesterday, I saw several decks of poker cards. Ying-jo. What's wrong? You think you're too good for Jesus now that you're savvy? No, she doesn't think so. I know how to play draw poker. Go on, Ying-chu. Just bring the cards to the table. Are there different types of poker? Well, damn, I didn't know that either. A smooth woman shouldn't be playing Westerners' game. Father never liked these in his lifetime. Is that a sword made of coins? Oh, the businessman is definitely going bye-bye. Father was an antique, and you're so old it's like you haven't been unearthed. How treacherous, going against father's teaching before he's even buried. Oh, are they all siblings? I can't tell. Sure, of course you're right. I don't think we should even be playing mahjong cards. Mahjong cards? Mahjong comes in cards? Oh, you know something new every day. Does that actually make you play poker? We're gonna have to pull up the YouTube tutorial? Yeah, I'm gonna need a step-by-step. I'm tired. I'm going back to my cabin. And Madam E is bored. Is Texas Hold'em a type of poker, or is Texas Hold'em its own game? I don't know anything about gambling. Inchu, teach me how to play poker later. T-Man can keep us to his ways, but I like to learn. That's not true. I know how to play gacha games. Alright, the madame is going to bed. Oh, here's Jen. Oh, it's Joseph. Hi, Joseph. What a gentleman you are. We've seen letters written by Joseph. But we've never seen Joseph in person. Very well dressed. Lucius Malfoy, is that you? Overhearing the guests at the next table while drinking tea is quite an interesting experience. Let's see. There's multiple versions of poker, some of them can be real confusing. Yeah, I could never be James Bond. Imagine learning poker. That's Master Wu, T-Man, Madame Ying, and Miss Ying Chu. First Maid Wu's family members. Let's see. So the businessman and the girl with the long hair and the first maid, they're siblings. I'm guessing the other lady's married to the first maid. I'm sorry if the loud conversations disturb you two. I think we're okay. What I meant was it seemed like they were talking about the game that when they weren't. Huh. Yes, well, that is the Asian way. Speaking euphemisms. It was all very tongue-in-cheek, beating around the bush and in between the lines. Acting like the British doesn't do that. Joseph, I see you have learned quite a few idioms. Rain or shine. Even if I learned every idiom, it's still nothing compared to the subtleties of Chinese. It's true. Where was our ship? Where has our ship reached? Where are we going? The shipmaster said the Long King Temple. The Long King Temple is just up ahead. Oh. Long King Temple? What about it? Lin Shang, why didn't you tell me we're almost at the Long King Temple? Go ask Shipmaster Lo to set off firecrackers and bring all the offerings prepared. Oh, that's right. I think their father passed away. They're burying their father. Offerings? How can there be any offerings on this strange boat? I'm talking about chicken, fish, pork. I told you about this before we came on board. Huh? You have no idea what the Long King is capable of. Back then, what? I told you there aren't any. Enough with your banal gibberish. Physics is all the rage now. Okay? He's not arguing with you. What? Did you hear what I just said? Well, talk to the shipmaster. Oh, you're bossing my shipmate around? Okay, well, anyway, Al's a good boy, so he's gonna go take care of it. Yeah, why don't you go do it yourself? I agree. I need to stay here and recite the Diamond Sutra to ensure the safety of the ship. The what sutra? The what sutra? Is that the shipmaster? Oh, it's the ship engineer. Have you seen Hao Chu? I don't know. No, we have not seen him. I can't find him anywhere. He must be hiding somewhere, drinking again. Come give me a hand. Alright, you go do your thing, Al. Master Wu, I'll go find Shipmaster Lo once I'm done helping Uncle Ling. He's reciting something. I don't know what, though. I know speak sutra. Have you heard the legend about the waters of the Long King Temple? I'm unfamiliar. Thank you, Shen. I also need the tea. What's the tea, Joseph? I read about it in the newspaper, which said that there have been many strange shipwreck incidents. Our neighbor seems to be someone who has first-hand experience. Could you learn more about it for me? I've suddenly developed a keen interest in the matter. Oh, I have to go to the businessman, but I don't want to. Oh, never mind. Shen said it's okay. I don't want to, but Shen's okay with it. Seems like you caught the scent of another case. Oh, is Joseph also a detective? I say that like he doesn't work for Scotland Yard. I say that like I don't know Joseph works for Scotland Yard. Seeing eye to eye, great minds think alike. Doubt Rays, Long King Temple Legends. Alright. Let's see what's going on. The Wu family seems to know something about the legends of the Long King Temple. The eldest Wu brother was particularly keen on refraining from talking about it. What exactly was the incident back then that was brought up in their conversation? Aren't you the curious child? Alright, what else we got? There's some facts. What's a new fact? Let's get some history in. What's this? Huangde Wen 21, one of the early alternative names for playing cards in China. In the early 20th century, when Western playing cards were introduced to Shanghai, the popular game was 21. So people at the time referred to Western playing cards as Huangde Wen, which is the transliteration of 21 in Chinese. Sun Jianzhen, a writer in the late Qing Dynasty, 1636 to 1912, explicitly recorded the popularity of Western playing cards in Shanghai at that time in the 19th chapter of his novel Sequel to the Dreams of Shanghai Splendor. Defeated in Huangde Wen 30 times, you drank a glass of brandy in one mouthful each. What is 21? What are all these card games I've never heard of? I've literally only played solitaire. Watchers of the Long King Temple. The Waters of the Long King Temple, originally inspired by the real Tail Master Temple waters, are located within the territory of Ducheng County, Jiangxi Province, serving as the sole passage from Poyang Lake into the Yangtze River Basin. The terrain here is complex, and over the past half-century, more than 100 ships have disappeared, earning its nickname the Bermuda of the East. Ooh. Creepy. Folklore attributes these shipwrecks to the mischief of a turtle spirit associated with the Master Temple, leading sailors to offer incense and sacrifices when passing through. The waters of the Long King Temple in the game are fictionalized based on these settings. I see. Wow, Mr. Fu? Can you tell me more about this temple? So Mr. Shan, go on ahead. When you mentioned the incident at the Long King Temple back then, I wonder. Oh, he's reading Sutra again. That incident was too uncanny, and now the ship is filled with warnings. Much too grim. I just can't talk about it anymore. I see. Alright. Before we do anything, I want a new outfit. Want a new outfit. Oh, I can't wear this? Alright, I guess we stick with the misty gray suit. Oh, hold on. Let's walk around. Talk to the first mate. Ooh. Mr. Shan preparing a midnight snack. Come have a taste later. Ooh, I want a snack. What have you prepared, Mr. Liangxing? Borscht, rosemary roast chicken, Welsh pudding paired with the red Bordeaux. I don't know what any of that means. Sounds fancy though. I heard you've been to the UK. I've also prepared a Gazy pie. Are those fish heads? Perhaps it may trigger you nostalgia for those days and make you miss them like I do. Are those fish heads in a pie? I intentionally overheard your brother asking about sacrificial offerings. Since there's chicken and fish for dinner, you don't need to worry about him. What's there to worry about? He can starve if he wants to. What is the reason behind your brother's unease towards these waters? This was where our family once lost everything when we were transporting a batch of silver. Taeman was supposed to escort the goods with the ship, but luckily he was delayed. It is understandable that your brother still harvests concerns from narrowly escaping death. I'm so sick of his bland and banal gibberish. Nowadays, physics is all a rage. So I've heard. Jen have stayed aboard. I'm sure you understand how I feel. Sure? Look where. There's sweet potato conjugating emanating a pleasant smell stewing inside the pot. What else is there? Clock on the wall! There's a Western clock hanging on the wall. The time displayed is 9:30. It is getting late, so this 9:30 p.m. Oh. What's that noise? Sounds like bell ringing in the engine room. Newspaper on Joseph's table. The waters of the Lone King Temple have bad reputation. Ever since countless ships capsized here, a series of bizarre tales have emerged. Rumor has it that there's a water monster in the waters. To some it looks like a white Loong. To others it's an open umbrella with eyes all over. The Lone Temple is a Dragon King Temple. You know, I was kind of joking about the dragons and water in the beginning of the stream. But somehow, now the case involved a Dragon King Temple. What the hell? The coincidences. There are also people who witnessed a glowing disc floating in the sky. A few years ago, a strange case of a missing transport took place here as well. For more information on what happened next, please follow this reporter's next story. This report introduces the mysterious legends of the waters of the Lone King Temple. A strange case of a missing transport once took place here. Alright, we've got a new clue. How fun. Obituary! There is an obituary on the table. Famous Huizong tea merchant Wu Ai-shan passed away in Hangzhou at the age of 78. Let's see, so that must be the Wu family's former patriarch. Mahjong cards. An incomplete set of Mahjong cards. The only character card left is 9 of characters. Newspaper next to Joseph's table. Oh, what a nice portrait of Joseph! Joseph Iscariot Bell is the new prosecutor of the Shanghai International Settlement. Mr. Joseph will assume office within the next month. Let me see. I think it's funny there's also an ad for Singer Sewing Machine in the same newspaper. Hello, Miss Boo! I just remembered that. Oh. She doesn't want to talk to us about the temple! She runs away from us. How rude. Alright, before we visit the engine room, let's read more facts. The heart reads? That's right, Brondo. That's right. Stargazy pie. Let's read about the Stargazy pie. I'm curious. Stargazy pie is a traditional dish from Cornwall, England. It is made by baking a pie with ingredients such as sardines, eggs, and potatoes. The fish heads deliberately poking through the pastry, appearing to gaze skyward. According to legend, in the 16th century, a fishing village in Cornwall faced a famine due to severe storms and freezing weather, making it impossible to catch fish. A brave fisherman named Balcock ventured out to sea and caught enough fish to feed the entire village. The fish were baked into a pie, and to show that there were indeed fish inside, the heads were intentionally left peeking through the pastry. This practice was preserved in honor of Balcock in later years. I would never eat a pie with the fish head sticking out. I'm just saying. Alright, what is this? Huizhou merchants refers to the collective name for merchants from the old Huizhou prefecture, one of the 5 major merchant groups in Chinese history. The Huizhou merchants rose to prominence during the Tang and Song dynasties. the commercial boom occurring in the Ming Dynasty after the establishment of the Transportation Commission silver payment for salt trade system. Centered around the salt trade, they also achieved remarkable success in the tea, timber, and pawnbroking industries, with their business operations spreading nationwide by the late Ming and early Qing dynasties. The Huizhou merchants revered the Neo-Confucian teachings of Zhu Xi, emphasizing the culture and educational upbringing of their clan's youth. This fostered a spirit of Confucian merchants, endowing them with significant advantages in both the political and commercial arenas. Mahjong cards. Mahjong cards are the predecessor of modern mahjong, which were popular during the mid and late Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644, until the end of the Qing Dynasty, 1636 to 1912. Mahjong cards have two patterns: coins and the character from the novel Water Margin. The characters from the Water Margin also have different names in the game, such as two Buddhas discussing scripture when Lu Zixin and Wu Song appear together, couple reunion when Hu Sainyang and Wang Ying appear together, and delightful beauty when Hu Sainyang appears alone. I have no idea what any of that meant. I just read words. Okay! Joseph, will changing our route affect your appointment? It's my honor to be able to accompany you and bring Brian back to his hometown. Oh, we're taking my brother's corpse back to China. As the saying goes, willingly set on their routes, may his soul rest in peace. Oh, Al is back. I did get to visit the... I did get to visit the engine room. Launching's the shipmaster sweet potato conky ready. I'll deliver it to him. It's ready. Come and get it. I want sweet potato conky. Did you go ask about what I instructed you to? What did the shipmaster say? The shipmaster said we don't have any firecrackers on board. What do we do now? I bet you didn't explain the stakes to him properly. Just tell him that... Tell him what? Oh, we're not finishing the sentence? Never mind, I'll deliver it myself. Alright, the first mate is gonna go deliver Kongi. I still didn't get a vessel engine room. How about I accompany you to where Shipmaster Lo is? Alright, give me a second to tell our fortune before we talk to him. Holy gods and deities, Wu Team M begs you for spiritual divination. Show me my destiny. That sounds like a magical girl. Summoning, I don't know, ritual or something. The trigrams indicate will be trapped in water. Terrible fortune awaits. It's hopeless. This is bad. 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 Oh, okay, calm down. Yeah, just relax, okay? Shipmaster Lo has taken this room many times. With him at the helm, nothing can go... Thanks, Al! What's going on? It appears to be a power system failure. It's the Lo Wan. The Lone King is coming. Alright, he's reading the sutra again. Oh, is there a circuit box in the dining hall? Behind the oil paintings, but it's too dark. It'll be hard to find. A few moments later. The circuit box is here. Okay. It appears a fuse has been blown. This morning I heard Liangxian said that he just replaced the last spare. Why not just try to connect the wires? Oh, I gotta play a minigame! Okay. Connect these fuses according to the positive and negative poles without crossing them. Then the circuit box will be repaired. Oh, okay. This sounds like a horrible idea. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't get it. Better be electrician certified or I'm reporting. Shh. Nobody say anything. Oh, it worked! I did it! Yeah, the power has been restored! I don't know how I did it. You're welcome. Thank you for your grace. Okay. Master Wu, shouldn't you be thanking Mr. Shan? I agree. Yes, of course. All is good. All is well. I told you nothing could go wrong. Sure about that? No! Ow! Now that you said that! Anyway, someone's dead. Somebody help. That sounds like Yangtze. Good job, Al! Alright, Joseph, let's go check out what's going on. Yangtze, are you alright? Miss Yangtze, what's happened? She's not saying anything. In the room? Yangtze. Oh, the madame is the one that died! Ma dead. She's no longer breathing. Her blood has yet to coagulate. She has just passed away not too long ago. Al, there's been murder. Please guard the doors and do not let anyone else in. He died so tragically. Who in the world could do such a thing? To find the culprit, an on-site investigation must be conducted. Alright, Joseph. Can you cooperate with me? Absolutely! Sorry, certainly! My bad. Hey, Virgil, how's it going? You're just in time for a crime scene investigation! Let's look at the bed. 2 books, a Chinese scientific magazine, and Night and Morning are on the upper bunk. This bed appears to belong to Miss Yangtze. There's a water pipe on the lower bunk. This is probably Madame Ying's bed. Corner of a book is poking out from underneath the pillow. It's an account book. It records in detail the various expenses of the Wu family. Alright. Detective Airy? I'm gonna try. Let's look at the suitcase! There's a closed suitcase placed horizontally by the bed. The cuff of Madame Ying's right sleeve is caught in the suitcase. Interesting. Let's examine the dead body. What am I doing? I'm examining the dead body. Yeah, a post-mortem examination. 2 of you are outsiders, and men, how could I let you touch my sister-in-law's body? Mr. Tima and Mr. Joseph is a prosecutor from Britain with great accomplishments in medicine. This examination will not harm her body, but instead help us understand the cause of death. Can't? Is it proper for men and women to touch so casually? She's dead! Just letting you do it on your behalf? Mr. Wu, it is obvious that your sister-in-law has been murdered. Unless you want the culprit to remain at large, please remain silent and out of the way. And stay out of the way. I agree, Joseph. Better than Batman at this! I don't know about that. I don't want Bruce Wayne on my tail. Hey, Muto, how's it going? You're just in time. Someone has died. Yeah, stay out of my way. Let's begin. Alright. Let's first take a look at the murder weapon. The murder weapon was a copper candlestick. The spice completely penetrated the body. Again? Another candlestick? The drip pen on the candlestick is covering the bleeding from the wound. I say that like the candlestick was a murder weapon in this game. The Candlestick was a murder weapon in another game that I played. Not this one. But it's just funny, it's both candlestick. Why are you excited because someone died? I love investigating murders! Also, no one is ever dead. You can summon the dead at any time. Just gotta know how to do it. Like moi. Strip panel candlesticks covering the bleeding from the wound. Therefore, the column has not been tainted with blood. Hey. Let's keep going. The face of the deceased is clean and the jade on her hairpin is sparkling under the light. This hairpin appears to be a collector's item. You know what's what? Yangtze's hairpin can't be bought with money. Does this hairpin have a special origin? The silversmith who made it used to work in the palace. That craftsmanship is long lost now. Someone once owed us Woos a large sum of money, so Inja and I went to collect the debt. Inja immediately fell in love with this hairpin before I could even say anything. Hey, Aries the killer in coding as a detective? Don't be silly. If I ever killed anyone, there will be no body. The body is still warm to the touch and there are no signs of livor mortis, indicating that she has just passed away. Bloodstains. There's several parallel bloodstains on the ground near the left hand of the deceased. The bloodstains spread in the outward direction and not seem to be left by the deceased. Three parallel bloodstains on the ground. I see. Ooh, what's this? There's some glass shards scattered around the feet of the deceased, one of which is a perfectly circular shape, seeming out of place among other fragments. Where could this have fallen from? Seems like there came from her glasses. The head of the deceased rests against the bed, yet her foot tilts unnaturally to one side. It is as if the murderer took her life, placed her body down, then kicked her. Did they do so to vent anger? No, the murderer wouldn't have only kicked her once if they struck her body out of frustration. There's probably another reason for this. A naturally inclined position. What else is there? There is a gash on the outer side of the deceased's arm that was caused by a sharp object. This is a defense wound. According to the location of the wound, it is likely that the deceased instinctively blocked the murderer's assault with her left arm. When the atrium is impaled, blood flows into the pericardium, resulting in a fatal blockage. The entire process happens extremely quickly. The deceased wouldn't even have time to scream. The murderer seems quite skillful to be able to kill someone in one blow with a candlestick. Fatal wound from a sharp instrument piercing the heart. Alright, we finished the autopsy. Madame Ying's autopsy report has been added to our clues. Kerosene lamp on the ground. There's an overturned kerosene lamp on the ground. The lampshade is already broken. The name Fu is written in the base of the lamp with a brush. Okay. Gramophone! I've seen those in forever. There's a wind-up gramophone, but it is slightly damaged. If oil is applied on the spring, the sound produced should be improved. There's a woman's coat on the hanger. It appears to belong to Madame Ying. The cabinet is locked and can't be opened. Magnets, coils, ammeters, and many other strange objects can be seen placed inside. These are most likely not the belongings of Madame Ying and Miss Ying Chu. Desk. There's a small mirror as well as some bottles and jars on the table. Top grade moisturizers and serums. These are all expensive Watson brand cosmetics. Fancy. Alright, let's talk to Mr. Wu. How could this happen? You were alive and well just moments ago, but now you're gone. My condolences, Mr. Teeman. I have a few questions to ask. About the temple! I heard your fear of these waters is due to your almost boarding a missing escort ship. Why is this being brought up again? Madame Ying was murdered when our ship was approaching the waters near the Longlong King Temple. Does this seem like a coincidence to you, Mr. Teeman? You should know these waters are evil. Evil, I tell you! Okay, calm down. Whether it's what happened today or back then, it's because we've angered the Longlong King. If you could, Mr. Teeman, please tell me about what happened in the past. Listen, Mr. Wu, mystical creatures cannot give more F's about our problems, so unless you piss them off, there is nothing to fear. Father entrusted the Yangtze River Escort Agency to transport the silver to buy a tea shop. I was supposed to accompany the escort, but I suddenly felt ill. Thank goodness for that. Otherwise, I would have followed that ship into the stomach of the Longlong King. My condolences, Mr. Teeman. I have a few more questions to ask. Alright. Mr. Teeman, has Madame Ying ever been on unfriendly terms with anyone? Angel had a knack for running the household. People were bound to be jealous. But I don't think anyone would harm Angel because of that. Is there anyone on this ship that raises your suspicions, Mr. Teeman? They turned off all the lights like snap, then killed someone with a candlestick. Something under the water must have possessed somebody. Okay, please blast us. Please blast us, alright. Tell me about your family. Earlier I heard you speaking with your sisters about the splitting of the inheritance. You mean the tea business, the land and the house our father left behind? Uh-huh. Money's always a good motive. Will the death of Madame Ying be related to this? You don't think us Wu's will kill Angel just for some family property, do you? People have killed for less! I'm just saying, Mr. Wu, people have killed for less. Us Wu's aren't heartless profit seekers. Mr. Joseph, I've caught the culprit. Oh, you have? Huh? That's the boy sleeping on the bunk above me. It's Afu. Afu is the culprit. Oh, you're mighty suspicious now, First Mei Wu. I'm just saying. Are you by chance the murderer? Or maybe you and Miss, the girl conspired together? I saw him running out from Angel's room in a hurry. When I caught up to him, I noticed he had blood all over his hands. That's why I seized him and brought him here. Did you kill her or not? You're very sus, First Mei Wu, I'm just saying. Anyone who's quick to point fingers at someone for murder is very sus. Can you speak? Oh, he can't speak? Shipmaster Lo will decide how to deal with him. Yeah, Joseph, be the voice of reason, Joseph, because I just can't with this. What is this? This young man is most likely not the murderer of Madame Ying. He's not the murderer? But I take responsibility for what you say. Just look at the face of this slippery fellow. It's obvious he's a crafty old devil. Okay. I mean, you look a lot sus than he is, but alright, who am I to judge? Benny Bot, put me back into game. Mr. Joseph, Alpha's hands are covered in blood. Why would you say that he's not the murderer? Well, he's covered in his own blood! Alpha's possibility of being the murderer is next to nothing. I believe you know why. I'm not yet being able to see the entire truth. Don't be modest, you already have an answer in your heart. I do! I shall try my best. Thank you, Seismic, whatever else your name was. Seismic Convent Kate, I think. Maybe. Not sure. With his pale face and bloody hands, Afu does appear to be the murderer. But in fact, there is a crucial detail at the crime scene that contradicts this deduction. What facts contradicts the conclusion that Afu is the murderer because of the blood on his hand? Oh yeah, there's no blood on the murder weapon. The evidence that proves Afu is not the murderer is the candlestick penetrating the body. Mr. Shen, isn't that candlestick the murder weapon? Yeah! And you see any blood on it? Do you? Do you? Don't question me. Stay in your lane! To pierce the spikes into the body, the murderer's hand must grip the candlestick, correct? Yeah, to apply force. If Afu was gripping the candlestick when he committed murder, then why is Afu's right palm stained with blood yet the candlestick is clean? Stupid. What if he cleaned the blood stain of the candlestick and then he didn't clean his hands? What kind of logic's that? If Afu cleaned the candlestick, he would have cleaned his hands as well. Yeah. Say it louder, Joseph, for the dum-dums. Yeah, could it be that the candlestick moved on its own and killed her? No. The deceased was killed by a long and thin weapon penetrating the heart. Under these circumstances, blood doesn't spray but oozes instead and is absorbed by clothing. Moreover, with the wax bowl as a barrier, the murderer could keep blood off their hands. Like you! The power went out earlier. If it happened when Afu was committing the crime. Why are you so quick to pin it on him? Is it possible that he touched the blood on Yangtze amidst the panic? Blanchet proposed a decent hypothesis. So did Afu enter the crime scene before the power outage? John, I would like to hear your answer. The evidence that can specify the time is right in front of our eyes. Evidence indicating the time Afu entered the crime scene. Kerosene lamp. This broken kerosene lamp can indicate the time Afu entered the crime scene. A kerosene lamp was needed precisely because of a power outage, which means that Afu entered the crime scene after the power outage. You're welcome. Afu entered the room after the power went out. At the time, he held the lamp in his right hand and his left was stuck in a strange device. Then it wouldn't be easy for him to get a candlestick and commit murder. No kidding! If it wasn't Afu, then why are his hands covered in blood? And again, as the man, what was he doing running into a woman's room? Pale face, trembling body, sweating profusely. These are all typical symptoms of fear. I'm afraid Afu has been rendered speechless due to vasovagal syncope. I don't science. As for the reason why he has blood-stained hands, Madame Ying has already told us. John, why didn't you give Mr. Wu a hint? Do I have to do everything around here? Jesus. Afu may have unknowingly touched the left arm of the deceased by chance. Without a doubt, the blood on Afu's hand belonged to Madame Ying. He most likely created the bloodstain on the floor as well. However, if you want to persuade the two Mr. Wu's, you need to go the extra mile. Therefore, what we actually need to provide is the reason why Afu touched the body. Oh, he tripped. Wait, what did I do? One of the lenses missing from Afu's glasses landed next to Madame Ying. That's an answer right as Ray! Joseph is so cool! I hope he's not our brother's murderer. That would be really sad for me. Based on Madame Ying's strange posture and the location of the lamp as well as the lens, and considering the position of possible light sources inside the cabin after a power outage, Afu's experience can be easily inferred. After entering the room, he accidentally tripped over the body on the ground, thus breaking the kerosene lamp and his glasses. When crouching down to look for his glasses, he touched the blood on deceased's clothes. The blood then triggered his phobia. Mr. Joseph, so you're saying Afu only discovered the body and the culprit is someone else? Yes. Yes, even a 5-year-old can understand that. It wasn't a person, it was a lone kid. Okay, Mr. Wu! Sit down. Your concern is misplaced, I agree. An unreasonable detail near the body indicates someone besides Afu entered the crime scene. The unreasonable detail at the crime scene is the suitcase. The suitcase caught Madame Ying's sleeve. This means after Madame Ying was stabbed and collapsed, someone closed the suitcase. What do you mean? What? How? Are you dumb? Are you blind? Is you need help? The suitcase is placed right next to Madame Ying. Whoever closed it must have noticed her body. This person is not Afu, otherwise he would not have tripped. Exactly. Hey Donuts, how's it going? Welcome in. We have a dead body at hand, at foot. Also, was not Madame Ying, or else there would be bloodstains on the suitcase. I agree. Remaining calm after discovering the body. It must be the murderer. Yes, I'm glad you're beginning to understand, First Maid Wu. But why would the murderer deliberately close the suitcase after committing the crime? May we open the suitcase to investigate? No, I can't. Why? What are you hiding? Who knows what Ying just stashed away in that suitcase? Is there something illegal going on? What if it brings misfortune upon us as well? Oh my god. Sit down. Don't mind his old fogey. Alright, First Maid Wu is okay with us opening the suitcase. You just got your license? Congratulations! How exciting. Investigations are more important. Open it. Your few clothes, a box of jewelry, a purse, and some cards. There's an indentation here. Something was taken. Could there be pirates on the ship? The valuables inside the suitcase is still present. It was not the doings of pirates. When we investigated the room earlier, did you see anything of the same shade? The perfume bottle on the table has the same shape as the indentation. The fragrance on the deceased suggests that this may not have been the doing of the murderer. Therefore, what's even more noteworthy is this mahjong card. Yeah, the blood stain. The card found at Madame Ying's crime scene shows the 8 of characters. We were missing 8 mahjong cards earlier. What is the 8 of characters doing here? Stole them, of course. That Ying just came and played mahjong without cheating. Oh, you mean she cheats at other things? The suitcase isn't Ying Zhou's. It looks like Ying Chu's. Oh. The clothes in the suitcase and the perfume on the table all belong to Ying Chu. Ying Chu. Oh, I guess the Madame is married to Wu Ti Man. I see. Oh, could you ask Miss Ying Chu to come inside for a moment? We must speak to her. I think Ying Chu was upset by what she saw. She doesn't look too good. Should we let her get some rest first? No. Oh, never mind. Of course, Afu needs rest as well. We can question them later. Oh, we're giving them time to come up with a story? Oh, it's one way to do it, I guess. Ying Chu and Afu can rest in Temen's room since he'll be worshipping the Lone King. Ever resolve the issue on sacrificial offerings? Yeah, you go figure it out. You can go figure it out. What should we do with Madame Ying? It's best we preserve the body at the lowest temperature so we can conduct a follow-up autopsy. The lowest temperature is the crew cabin, okay? Great suggestion. Alright, loading. We're in charge of carrying the dead body? Shen and Al have placed the body in the crew cabin. Yeah, thanks for your help, Al. Thank you. We didn't want to drop the body. There's no need for that, Mr. Shen. I only did what I should. Besides, Madame Ying barely weighs anything. Was effortless. Alright. Shen, I think you just got called weak. But that's just my speculation. Where are you off to investigate next? Appreciate it, Al. Alright. Let's see what we've got. When investigating the suitcase, I had a strong sense of abnormality. Something seems peculiar about this. What could it be? When the Woos were playing mahjong cards, they noticed several character cards were missing. Afterwards, the 8 of characters appeared in suitcases at Madame Ying's crime scene. It is highly likely the murderer placed the cards, but what is the reason for doing this? Alright. The view from the bow! Let's appreciate the game. Gonna DD for us all! Damn, Rondo, damn. Way to suggest that. The fog at night covers a wide span. Visibility is but mere meters. Our ship seems to be sailing within endless darkness. Do you hear that? What does that sound? Do you mean the thumping and clanging up ahead? Yes. You know, it's the sound of gongs and drums. Why would they be sounding gongs and drums in the middle of the night? It means our ship has reached the Longwon King Temple. Today is Longwon Raising Day, February 2nd. They'll hold festive events to worship the Longwon King. Let's see. Thanks for IDK about that! Way to take responsibility. Proud of you, Donuts. Steam valve. They differ from the pedal wheels I've often seen while studying abroad. I heard the shipmaster say that the Shanghai was designed and handmade by the two Lord Su. Paper charms at the stern. There's a paper charm attached to the stern of the ship. When Long King appears at midnight, may the golden light protect me. Oh. Yes. It seems like Master Wu put that there. I've never heard of the saying the Long King appears at midnight. Master Wu is a Buddha, as a Taoist and a worshipper of the Long King. Isn't he tired? Can't call him out like that, Al. Understandable. I'll just cross the state. Crew cabin entrance. Store leads to the crew cabin. There's no need to go down there for now. We just came out. Alright, let's keep going. Cockpit! What's in here? Nothing like this has ever happened on my ship before. Hello, Shipmaster Lo! Have you checked everywhere? Are there any traces of pirates boarding the ship? There are no signs of pirates boarding the ship and no one has lost their belongings. Mr. Joseph and Mr. Shen both believe that this is a murder case. Hello, Shipmaster Lo! In order to ascertain Madame Ying's murder as soon as possible, I must investigate the cockpit. Shipmaster Lo, please forgive me for any offense. Longxing has filled me in with all the details. Feel free to investigate. If there's anything you need my help with, just let me know. Alright, let's investigate the cockpit, I suppose. What happened to your avatar? What do you mean? What do you mean what happened to my avatar? I'm right here. Let's take a look at the desk. A map is laid out on the desk on which a compass, a sextant, and a telescope are placed. Navigating log that records the course, speed, position, weather, and tidal current. Records arriving in Sunyang at 2050. Command to accelerate, proceed at full speed. Enter the waters of the Longwon King Temple at 2130. Command to decelerate, slowly advance. It's different? Yeah, I took off my coat and my hat. power outage occurred at 22:10 and power was restored at 22:20. This information may be useful. I need to record it. Alright. That's navigation log. Food box. It's the food container by the table, the same one First Mate Wu took from the dining hall. Alright, with the sweet potato congee that I want. Let's see what First Mate Wu has to say. Yeah, no hat and no coat. I usually don't wear the hat and coat on Mondays. And then no hat on Wednesdays. And then the full ensemble on weekends because I feel like it. Has Madame Ying ever had any grudges with anyone? Yingzhao's quite obtrusive and a bloodsucker, so she's made her fair share of enemies. Does that include you? However, none of those people are on this ship. You sure about that? Of all the people on this ship, who do you think has the most motive to kill her? Uti Man? Oh, tell me more. Tell me more about Master Wu. They might seem friendly with one another, but they had an ongoing strife for years. The main conflict between them has always been the family business. My second oldest brother died young, but Yingzhe had a son with him and she's got business talent. Oh, so she's not... Oh, I see. So Wu Tim is the oldest brother, and there's a second older brother who married Yingzhao. And then there's First Mate Wu and the little sister. God, I finally understand the family situation of the Wu family. Even as the eldest son, Timan didn't stand a chance against her. Timan has always been looking for a way to deprive Yingzhou's family of inheritance rights. How would he be able to do so? There are a myriad of rules in big families. For instance, if a woman engages in public or immoral behavior, she'll lose her right of inheritance. As far as I know, Yingzhou does what she pleases in secret, but Timan never caught her. I didn't expect him to go this far. I'm a bit worried about the safety of my nephew. Madame Ying's family loses inheritance rights and your inheritance would increase. Me, Yingche, and I are above bickering with those two. Are you sure about that? Why did you come to serve as the first mate of the Shanghai, Mr. Liangxing? Although the Wus are well known for being tea merchants, I'm more of a coffee person. Let's see. I wonder where your inspirations lie. I'm sure, Mr. Shen, you have definitely read Around the World in 80 Days before. Isn't it Around the World in 90 Days? I thought it's Around the World in 90 Days. I want to be like Fog and travel the world, see the sights, eat delicious food, and enjoy life. Oh, that sounds like a good time. Alright, that's it for now. Let's talk to the shipmaster. Hello! Tell me about missing crew. I heard that shipmaster Hao Chu had gone missing. I haven't seen him since Yingzhao's incident. Do you think he did it? Although Hao Chu causes trouble when he's drunk, he's a coward. I doubt he'd kill anyone. It's 80? Oh, I thought it was 90. Don't be so sure. This guy's a drunkard and a leecher. He offended Yingzhou not so long ago. What happened? At the time, Yingzhou had just boarded the ship and asked Hao Chu to help her carry her things. Not only did he not lend a helping hand, he ogled her the entire time got towed off. Oh, you're quick to pin it on someone who's not here, huh? First Mate Wu! Sus. He refused to repent and keep insisting Yingzhou looked like the wife he never got to marry. They ever had any direct conflict? Not really, I shoot him away. But the simper he had on his face back then that I think about it was really suspicious. You're suspicious. Alright, what else we got? About the Shanghai. How long have you been on the Shanghai, Shipmaster Lo? I've been related to this ship for most of my life. The ship used to be called the Anqing, the first steamship us Chinese designer built. It's even older than the famous Huanghu, but not many people know that. When this ship was built, I was only 15 and worked at the Anqing Ordnance Institute. I don't even know what that is. I watched Su Xiao and his son Su Qingyan build the ship piece by piece. All of the pistons and screws on the ship were handmade by Su Xiao. Su Qingyan and I hammered the boiler and the engine room together bit by bit. Later on, coincidentally, the ship was renamed Shanghai and I became the shipmaster. The Shanghai is more important to me than anything, so please find the truth. Alright. Tell me about Afu. I saw there was a cabinet in Madame Ying's cabinet filled with Afu's things. Afu used to stay at the cabin in the middle. Who would have known Madame Ying found her cabin too small and insisted on a bigger one? He's a kind-hearted kid, so he voluntarily gave up the cabin to them. He seemed to know quite a bit about Afu. You can say that I watched Afu grow up. He used to come and play when he was shorter than the rudder. Now he calls this place home. A lot of small installations on the Shanghai were made by him. She meant that although Afu is staying in the guest room, he's actually a crew member. How could young Master Afu be a crew member? He has a deep connection with the ship. Forgive me, but I can't go into detail. Shipmaster is the first time I've heard you talk about this as well. If it weren't for Mr. Shen, I almost tied Afu up as the murderer. There's absolutely no way Afu could ever kill anyone. Alright. All the information we're gonna get off the shipmaster. Engine telegraph! The style of this device is extremely unique. This is the engine telegraph. It's used to adjust the ship's speed. I see. Speaking tube. Which rooms are connected by the speaking tube? The two adjacent to the rudder are connected to the dining hall in the engine room. There are 3 more next to the cabin doors that connect the 3 cabins. I think that's everything in this room. Alright, that's all we're gonna get in the cockpit. Oh! Someone just fell! Did the ship just strike a reef? Nonsense, where would you find a reef in a river? Yeah, what the hell? You could strike a rock. Did something fall down? Shipmaster, Mr. Jen, did you see that? I bet that's the missing... That's a missing crew member. Shipmaster's coming with me. I have discovered the body of a crew member. He has been dead for quite some time. That's old Hal? How could this happen? I'm over to examine the body first. Yes, sir! A double homicide! The plot has thickened. The plot has thickened. Alright, let's first look at all of this, whatever this is. There's signs of swelling, congestion, and cyanosis on the deceased face. Deceased's mouth reeks of alcohol, proving he drank a large amount before death. There's a large amount of vomit left in the deceased's mouth. He may have choked to death. Alcohol poisoning, mayhaps? There seems to be a piece of paper inside the pile of broken glass. This is another mahjong card. Card found the broken wine bottle next to Hao Chu's body, partially soaked by wine. It shows 9 of characters. Okay. What else can we find? Large areas of livor mortis have emerged on the legs, appearing a purplish red in color. The livor mortis already formed are diffused with petechiae in prominent areas. I don't know that word. The patches of livor mortis are starting to blend, which means he died more than 3 hours ago, so he can't be a murderer. Got it. Muto! The plot has thickened! It has thickened! Deceased's left hand fingers are stiff with livor mortis on the arm. The deceased is holding half a broken bottle of liquor in his right hand. Muscles in the lower jaw, neck, and upper limbs also all show signs of rigor mortis. Muscles in the fingers, toes, and lower limbs are more relaxed. Rigor mortis is yet to spread. Rigor mortis limits to the upper limbs indicate a time of death of around 4 to 6 hours ago. Hey. There is an abrasion on the forehead and a noticeable lump on the cranial region. The wound caused by the fall is consistent with the position the deceased landed. However, it is quite strange that the lump is white instead of the usual reddish brown. Bruises caused by falling after death are pale in color. So, abrasions due to post-mortem fall. Alright, there's our autopsy. Hao Chu's autopsy report. According to the stiffness and lividity of his body, Hao Chu was killed 4 to 6 hours ago. Cause of death, mechanical asphyxiation. He's saying that he was strangled to death? No, there are many circumstances of mechanical asphyxia. Strangulation is only one of them. From the appearance of this corpse, it is more likely that his death was caused by choking. Hao Chu was an alcoholic, so it makes sense to me that he choked on his vomit after drinking. Could this have been an accident? I doubt it. Not necessarily. Without knowing what was in the wine, we cannot rule out the possibility someone was involved. Furthermore, we also found this mahjong card next to Hao Chu. It's hard not to associate his death with the death of Madame Ying. Yeah, it's too coincident for Master Wu's mahjong cards to appear at the murder scene. Could it be that there really was something between old Hao and Madame Ying? Unlikely. Yeah, don't make wild guesses about a passenger's affairs. Matters are trickier than I had imagined. Perhaps this is all just the beginning. Is this gonna become murders? This is gonna become a multi-murder scenario? More than 2, mayhaps? We need complete investigation of the whole ship as soon as possible. Alright. Well, we have some facts. Let's learn some history. What have we got here? Coffee in the late Qing Dynasty. Coffee was introduced to China in the mid-Qing Dynasty, 1636 to 1912. In 1836, a Danish person opened the first coffee shop in Guangzhou, but it mainly catered to foreigners. After the Opium War, Shanghai established concessions, and Chinese traders imitated the lifestyle of Western merchants, becoming the first group of Chinese people to drink coffee. In 1866, the book Foreign Cooking Chinese was written to train Chinese chefs in Western cuisine. There's a passage specifically mentioning roast and grind cafe vigorously and constantly stir. Here, cafe is the transliteration of coffee. Huanghu was the name for the first steamboat developed in China. It was ordered and named by Zhang Guofan and built by Su Shou, Su Jiangying, and Hua Henbang. It was successfully tested in Nanjing in 1865. The Huanghu steamboat had a load capacity of 25 tons and a length of 55 feet. It had a high-pressure steam engine and could reach speeds of 32 miles per hour downstream and 18 miles per hour upstream. Just like an electric bicycle. Knowledge. Alright, let's learn about engine telegraph. And oh, is that what this thing's called? I see this in movies all the time, but I didn't know it was called an engine telegraph. An engine telegraph is a communication device used on ships to convey orders from the bridge where the ship is controlled to the engine room, instructing the engine crew on how to adjust the speed or direction of the ship's engine. The engine telegraph typically consists of a set of handles or lever on both the bridge and in the engine room connected by a telegraph system. The handles are marked with different engine commands such as full ahead, half ahead, slow ahead, full astern, etc. Mechanical asphyxia. Mechanical asphyxia refers to suffocation caused by respiratory impairment due to mechanical violence. It typically includes compression asphyxia caused by external force applying pressure to the neck or chest, and obstructive asphyxia caused by the blockage of the airway by various liquids or foreign objects. Deceased individuals often display signs such as facial swelling, conjunctival hemorrhage, and dark peripheral lividity. What is words? Hao Chu was the first to die. A 9 of characters mahjong cards appear next to him. Next was Madame Ying. She had the card 8 of characters. Mahjong cards have appeared next to all of the victims. There seems to be a pattern. Hao Chu is the second victim discovered on the ship. However, based on the autopsy report, his time of death was earlier than Madame Ying. Placed beside the victims were 2 mahjong cards 8 and 9 characters respectively. It appears to be the doing of the same murderer. Yet besides the conflict Lanxing mentioned, there is barely any connection between the two. Hao Chu was murdered. Why is the murderer killing him and Madame Ying one after the other? How she died of an accident, how come there was a mahjong card next to his body? So many questions! So many questions and so little answers. I'll just ladder lead to the top of the cockpit? That's right, Mr. Shen. How's body fell from the roof of the ship? We should go up and take a look. Alright, here we are. A scene of the crime. Vomit marks. The yellow-white sticky marks on the ground should be Haochu's vomit. It is indeed from quite a while ago as it has already begun to dry. Old Hao really drank to his heart's content. Yeah, I guess. Put it that way. Wine bottle. On the top deck, there are 5 empty wine jars scattered across the floor and 2 distinctive bottles. It appears to be imported liquor. Mr. Shen, that's cola water, a type of soda. It tastes really good. Especially in the summer, after cooling it down in water, you just chug, 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 chug. Alright, Al, we get it. You'd be happy as the day is long. No, thank you. Yeah, Shen's good, as I am. As am I. Alright, that is all there is there to look at. What do we learn about cola? Soda. Soda, also known as Dutch water, was introduced to China around 1877. People at that time were very fond of this refreshing beverage as a way to cool off. During the wedding banquet of the last Emperor Puyi, soda was served to guests. Fancy. Alright, let's keep going. Let's go into our cabin. This is my cabin. Shall I enter for investigation? Sure. What's in here? Toys on the floor. This does not belong to me, however. It looks quite familiar. I've seen it before. The copper coin came from Master Wood's sword. Wine glass on the table. There are 2 books titled The Great King Code and The Spirit of the Law on the side table. These are books that I have been reading recently. What's wrong? The red wine Joseph left on the table is missing. How could it be missing? I'm afraid someone has visited this room in secret. Ashes jar. This is yeah, this is the remains of my brother. I made this trip so I could bring him back home. Those who have passed are resting in peace. Let us go take a look elsewhere. Bed. This is our bed. I sleep on the upper bunk while Joseph takes the lower bunk. There's nothing out of place with the bedding on the bed and the suitcases under the bed. Teddy bear? How could something so cute appear on Mr. Joseph's bed? This teddy bear belongs to Joseph's daughter. She asked Joseph to keep it by his side. Alright, there's nothing else here. Alright, who is still Mr. Joseph's wife? Wait, great question. Great question. A bottle of red wine is missing from my cabin. Other than that, no other items are missing. Could it have been at the work of the murderer? Why would he steal the red wine? Let's not jump to conclusions, so check out other places first. One back to suppress the demons. The talismans have multiplied. One back to remove ill fortune. Don't blame me, don't blame me. Here's an ample portion of pork along with some pig ear and snout to pay our respect. If you choose to accept it, please clear away the bad omens in this water. Master, were you praying for blessings? Blood. There's blood in the water. This is retribution for being ignorant and disrespectful? Why is there blood in the water? Finland's porpoise was collided with the bow of the ship. Oh. It must have been caused of the collision that made Houch's body fall from the... We've killed a dolphin! We've killed a dolphin! R.I.P. dolphin! See now. This seems like a bad sign, but okay! Afu and Miss Inchu are resting inside this cabin right now. Inchu, Afu, Mr. Shen needs to come in and investigate. Hello. Afu, you're looking much better now. It's because he's eating. Oh. Or if you'll never be able to speak again. Oh, he no speak? He no talk? Well, let's investigate this room. Alright. Apparatus is on the desk. There's a hand-drawn blueprint of what seems like a fish tank on the desk. There's also a strangely shaped ruler and several issues of the Chinese scientific magazine. There's a row of test tubes, 2 bottles of reagents, and some apparatuses against the wall. That's a microscope. It's able to make an enlarged image of a small object. Magical? Suppose you can call it magic. You're trying to tell it this device is very delicate and needs to be treated with care? You're welcome, Afu. Shen will be fine. Shen will take care of it. So here. Painting and paper charms. There are paper charms on all 4 corners of the top bunk and a portrait hanging at the end. The Longa in this painting looks so scary. Could it be the Lone King? Could it be the Lone King has been on the ship all this time, hiding in this painting? Oh yeah. People in the old days believed mystical creatures in the painting come to life at night. It's a replica of the 9 Longongs from the Song Dynasty, not the Lone King. Paper ball on the floor. What is this? Mr. Wu, the 5,000 taels of silver you borrowed are more than 2 months overdue. If you still can't pay it back before the end of the month, I can only come and claim it. What is that? Master Wu owes someone money? On the lower bunk is a plate of pastry, similar in color and shaped to peach blossoms. This is Victory Cake, a snack from southern China. That sounds yummy, I want some. I want pastries. Why don't I have any pastries? Alright, let's talk to the girl. Sure, I guess. I still can't believe that Injo is dead. Alright. Let's keep going. I need to ask you some questions, ma'am. To your knowledge, Miss Inchu, has Madame Ying ever had any grudges with anyone? I've been studying abroad, so I have no idea. How is your relationship with you 3? Tima and Yinju have more frequent contact. Liangxing, like me, doesn't come home often. I've only heard Liangxing say that Yinju and Tima have some grudges. What kind of grudges? It's nothing. I'm not involved in money-related issues. Alright, tell me about yourself. Why'd you suddenly leave the dining hall? I didn't like the mood at the mahjong table. I couldn't catch my breath. I was afraid my asthma would relapse, so I went back to my room to take medication. At the time, was Madame Ying still inside the room? Yes, she was. Didn't you see anyone suspicious, didn't you? Is she holding mahjong cards? My chest felt stuffy, so after I took my medicine, I went to the bow of the ship for some air. Alright, that's it. That's all we're gonna get from her for now. You're right there, Afu? You're right there? Afu looks like something to say. You mean you saw someone suspicious? He's just making sounds. I don't know what he's saying, but Al understands. Say he's not human. What? I don't... Huh? Al, allow me to take a look. Please throw this piece in hot water and dry it with a clean cloth. Oh, we're doing medicine! Please open your mouth wide. It's a slight dislocation of the hyoid bone. What does that mean? Huh? You can't dislocate your hyoid bone? Retain your current posture. And slowly stick out your tongue. Hold still. Oh! Oh! Afu's back! How did you... that's amazing! You're welcome. You rescued me 2 times. How can I ever thank you? Tell me the truth and nothing but the truth. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I was inside the cabin. I was so dizzy I couldn't speak at all. Thank goodness you still broke up for me. Otherwise, what should make you laugh? Yeah, nothing. Has absolutely nothing to do with the way you're speaking with your English. You are unable to speak because you dislocated your hyoid bone from excessive freight. Although the hyoid bone has been repositioned, the muscles have not yet fully recovered. What do we do? There's no need to worry too much. I had a similar experience when I was a child. Just rest. Okay. Will you meet me to do the investigations? I'll tell you everything I know. Yeah, rest first. We'll come back to this. But don't leave the cabin, okay? I need y'all to stay in one place. I need you to have a buddy system so you'll have alibis in case more people die. Thank you. Alright, we got some new facts. Let's learn history. Microscope! The earliest microscope was invented in the 16th century with a magnification of only 9 times. Later, through the modification of Antoine van Leeuwenhoek. I don't think that's how you're supposed to say his name. I apologize. It reached a magnification of 300 times by the 17th century. Microscopes were introduced to China during the reign of Kangxi Emperor, 1654 to 1722, and Qianlong Emperor, 1711 to 1799, wrote a poem titled Ode to the Microscope. However, the object described in the poem was actually a magnifying glass. Microscopes did not receive much attention at the time and only began to play a role in production and daily life during the period of the Republic of China. Hyoid bone dislocation. The hyoid bone, also known as the lingual bone, is involved in oral movements and has a significant impact on swallowing, chewing, and pronunciation. In the event of a car accident, being choked or being frightened, the hyoid bone may be displaced from its original position, a condition known as hyoid bone dislocation. I did not know that happened. What you're telling me is that everything was made in China? I mean, is it not nowadays? Alright, return to deck. I want to go to the dining hall. Oh, we don't want to go to the dining hall, but I want to. Let's go speak to Joseph. Hi, Joseph. Perfect timing. Help me carry Houch's body into the crew cabin as well. Yes, sir. Something here seems peculiar. There's a change on the body. Someone tampered with it. Her hair clip is missing. Her hair didn't grow longer. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Supernatural are not involved. But what exactly is going on? Her hairpin is missing. Someone has stolen Madame Ming's hair clip. That's where her hair came loose. Somebody steal her hairpin. Obviously. Obviously. However, the hairpin was exquisitely crafted. It could also have been an act of greed. I just realized I didn't plug my phone in. Hang on. This real quick. However, the hairpin was exquisitely crafted. It could also have been an act of greed. Mrs. Shen, do you think the murderer stole it? I don't know. Maybe. That is a possibility. If the murderer stole it, there may be an important clue hidden on the hairpin. Somebody has stolen Madame Ying's hairpin. It is exquisitely crafted and the craftsmanship is long lost. Turn on the lights. We need to thoroughly investigate the crew cabin. The person who stole the hairpin might have left traces within the room. Time to investigate some more! Let's start with the notebook. There's a notebook with the pen at the foot of the bed. The Travels of Liang is written on the title page with an illustration of a ship with wings. The notebook is filled with dense and scribbled handwriting. In 1957, Liang boarded a flapping-winged airship named the Thunderous Dawn. In search of clues to evolve into the perfect man, he began his journey across the world. Didn't know Liang Xing was writing a novel. 2 pieces of paper inside. The first piece of paper reads Global Travel Plan and marks the route on a scribbled map. The second piece of paper roughly calculated the expense of traveling across the globe. What does globe travel mean? Why does it cost so much? Just borrow and read Mr. Liang Xing's book Around the World in 80 Days and you will know. Actually, I want to start over here. Haochu's body. There's nothing unusual about Haochu's body. We just moved him down here. Okay. Pillow! There's something under the pillow. It is a roughly made light yellow coat skirt embroidered with several dots. This is what Uncle Ling has been secretly sewing for days. He wouldn't let us look at it. Ling seemed like a rugged man. I'd not expect him to know embroidery. Could this meticulously sewn woman's coat skirt be made for? I remember Uncle Ling had a daughter, but she passed away a few years ago. I heard the shipmaster say her death anniversary was soon. Maybe it was an offering for her. Soda canister! Did these soda belong to you? Actually, Liang Xing brought them on board. But I just absolutely love drinking cola water, so I made a deal with him. Oh, he's drinking another one! Every time I help Liang Xing wash the vegetables or do the dishes, he gives me a bottle. I see. The bedding on the lower bunk is wrinkled but tidy. There are newspaper clippings on the wall. This is Uncle Ling's bunk. He enjoys reading the newspaper during his free time. A magic trope faces crippling financial crisis. Shanghai trip becomes a swan song trip. Good reputation out the door. Commercial sea legends no more. Another strange case in the waters of Long King Temple. Escort ship gone missing. Let me record this. Joseph might be interested in the content of the newspaper. Alright, got some new clues. There's no mess in the bunk at all. The bed is made perfectly neat and in order. That used to be Shipmaster Lowe's bunk. He gave it to me after I came on board. How does the shipmaster usually rest? Stays in the wheelhouse. I see. Madame Ying's hairpin has been stolen. With her hair loose, her body seems a bit terrifying. Other than that, nothing else is out of place. Wrinkled paper! There are several scattered pages behind the ladder. They appear to be wrinkled. Drinking at night below deck, I say. Waking at dawn, my work is delayed. If that's the state that has come to pass, why not just go pour another glass? Empty stomach, save last night's wine, leaves me sad, so I cry and I whine. I'll spend all of my money on booze. Tomorrow morning, I'll still hit snooze. It's permanent by Hao Chu. Old Hao likes to write stuff like this when he's bored. Let me see. What else we got? The lower bunk is tidier than the upper bunk. It belongs to First Mate Wu. There's a map of the world drawn over with circles and dots hanging on the wall. Around the map are some posters and postcards depicting scenic spots from various regions. Hao Chu sounds like a bomb. Well, now he's a dead bomb. He's a bomb. A dead bomb. A few books including Around the World in 80 Days and the Travel of Marco Polo. But you gotta admit, his poem was quite good. There are 2 empty wine jars and garbage in the bed. The pillow and bedding are also a mess. Without a doubt, this bunk belongs to Hao Chu. Do you know the reason for his alcoholism? Old Hao liked to repeat this one nursery rhyme. The bride smiled brightly on her wedding day. The Long King came and swept her away. Profane, this may have been something he personally experienced. No wonder old Hao always said this nursery rhyme was set up for him. Rest in peace, he won't be missed. Hashtag Packwatch. Mr. Shan, did you discover any clues related to the person who stole the hairpin? As of now, there are no signs of any outsiders entering the crew cabin. All we have found are primary traces of the crew's lives. And could it be that? This ring, I heard it early in the dining hall as well. It's the sound of the engine telegraph. The shipmaster wants to adjust the ship's speed. It'll stop ringing once Uncle Ling handles it. Oh no! Uncle Ling has gone bye-bye! Uncle Ling has gone bye-bye! Uncle Ling, open the door! Something's not right. Let's break down the door. Oh! Oh, here we go! Mr. Shan, you save Uncle Ling? The plot has thickened further! It is now a triple homicide! He's lost so much blood. I'm sorry, but his breath this last. The third mahjong card has appeared near Old Ling's body. Shows the 7 of characters. This is already the 3rd homicide that has occurred on the ship. Who could it be? Why are they committing serial murder? Hao Chu was the first to die. 9 of characters mahjong card appeared next to him. Next was Madame Ying. She had the card of 8 of characters. The 3rd was Old Ling. His card was 7 of characters. I'm guessing this has something to do with the ship that went down and it wasn't of natural causes. The mahjong card seems to be counting down. This plane sounds really noisy, making it impossible to think. Al, do you know how to turn up that noise? You need to adjust the engine telegraph next to the steam cylinder. Alright, let's do that first. This should be the engine telegraph. This device seems quite complicated. The yellow indicator is pointing towards the speed the shipmaster wants, and the pointer indicates dead slow ahead. Adjust the handle of the engine telegraph to the same position and pull the top lever. Once that's done, the speed of the ship will be adjusted and the bell will stop ringing. Alright, here we go. Oh, isn't this fun? The ear-piercing killing has finally stopped. Now I need to carefully investigate the scene. Shipmaster Lo! I have bad news about Old Ling. I have bad news about Ling. Yeah, Uncle Ling's is dead. No one responded to the engine telegraph, so Mr. Joseph suggested me to come take a look. Okay, so is this... How many cars? Is 9 cars. So 1, 2, 3. There's 11 people on this ship. So Joseph and Shen are the only ones that aren't the murderous target, I'm assuming, because this is their first time aboard the ship. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I see. Let's read some facts. Travels of Marco Polo. The Travels of Marco Polo primarily narrates the observations and experiences of the Italian explorer Marco Polo during his time in the Yuan dynasty 1271 to 1368. In addition, it also documents some aspects of the customs and cultures of other Asian countries. It is not only a representative work of world travel literature, but also opened the door for the closed Western world at the time to understand China. How's the situation on site? I've also just arrived at the scene. And let's investigate together, shall we? Here we go. Let's start from this side. There's still a few questions I'd like to ask you. Alright, tell me about Oling. How did you and Oling get to know each other? Oling used to frequent the ship, but then he fell on hard times and stayed on board to work. Fell on hard time? I heard Liangxing say that Oling used to be a guard for his family. But when his daughter caught a strange disease, he left the Wus in search of a cure. Even after spending all of his money, he still lost a child. Thus, the trials and tribulations of being parents. Has Oling ever been on unfriendly terms with anyone? He's a martial artist. He must have made a few enemies back in the day when he traveled the land. But I can't think of anyone on this ship who would want to kill Oling. What is his relationship like with other crew members on board? Oling's quite closed off. He doesn't talk much to anyone else except for Al. I hired Al to work in the engine room, but Oling wouldn't let her touch the steam engine. Al's a girl?! He only gave her simple jobs like working the engine telegraph, protecting her like his own. Al's a girl?! I thought Al was a guy. Oops. My bad. Don't hesitate, Al. Yeah, tell me about Al. You said that Oling and Al were like father and daughter. Al has been a child suffering from cruel fate. Parents are both dead, and she was almost maimed for death before Oling saved her. Oling believed she was a good kid after finding out she stole to pay back her parents' debt. He helped her pay off part of the debt and brought her on board to work on the ship. Al also treasures their relationship and treated Oling well. Alright, that's it. That's all we can get from Master Lo. The recircular valve is installed on the piping connected to the boiler. Seems like it adjusts the cylinder's airflow and the steam turbine's rotation rate. There are meters on both sides of the valve. The pointers are vibrating slightly. The position of the valve is in a fully open state. The pointer also indicates maximum value. Alright, the valve is fully open. A strange feeling about the steam valve. Something seems to be peculiar. Only you could operate such a complex steam turbine properly. Do not deserve this praise, Shipmaster Lo. Alright, so a rotating gear. A set of huge cogwheels powered by the steam engine are rotating rapidly. At the center of the bowl gear is a transmission shaft connected to the paddle wheels outside. Speaking tube. The body collapsed near the speaking tube. Yet the lid of the speaking tube is closed. Interesting. No useful clues were found on the steam valve, but I have a strange feeling about it. Something seems peculiar about this. What could it be? Oh, I guess we'll find out. Let's take a look at the body. It's time to conduct an autopsy. Third one today. The murder weapon is a hairpin with green jade inlaid at the end. I recall Madame Ying wore a hairpin identical in design. I had just discovered Madame Ying's hairpin was stolen, yet now it has appeared here. The murderer must have had a special reason to use this hairpin as a murder weapon. The deceased has rough hands. There are thick calluses on the joints of the back of his hand. It can be seen that he was once a martial artist practitioner. not look super new? I feel like it's been replaced. There's a mahjong card placed next to the deceased. 7 of characters. No defense wounds were found on the body of the deceased. Based on the surface features, there are no traces of drug influence. Strange, anyone would have dodged or fought back, not to mention he knew martial arts. So it was someone he knew. Well, he didn't find threatening. The joints of his body are still flexible. Rigor mortis has yet to set in. There are signs of livor mortis on the legs which fade in color when pressure is applied. His body already showing signs of livor mortis? Considering the high temperature in the room, the decomposition process must have quickened. Taken together, Oling's time of death is close to Madame Ing's? That's correct. The murderer killed 2 people in a short period of time without leaving excess traces. Kinda quite the cunning opponent this time. Compared to Madame Ying and Hao Chu, Oling's facial expression is relatively peaceful. The corners of his mouth are even, slightly raised. What's the matter? My brother, his expression before he died, the corners of his mouth was also raised. Could it be? It's just your imagination, John. After death, the facial muscles of the deceased are flaccid, meaning they are expressionless. When a sharp blade pierces the heart and causes a rupture, the victim dies instantly. This calm expression is just a result of muscular flaccidity after death. This case has nothing to do with Brian's case, and there's still homicides taking place. What you need to do now is put your nose to the grindstone and your shoulders to the wheel. Yes, sir! The murderer weapon pierced through his heart, dealing him a fatal blow. The position and angle of the stabbing are consistent with Madame Zing's case. It's obviously the same murderer, but the weapon has changed from a candlestick to a hairpin. Alright, completed the 3rd autopsy of the night. Crazy stuff. Alright, speak to Al. What was Oling's relationship like with Hao Chu? One was reserved while the other had no inhibitions at all. Although they worked together, they rarely talked to one another. Who do you think would want to end their lives? I don't know about old Hao, but I'm sure that family has something to do with Uncle Ling. Do you mean the Woos? So remember the newspaper clipping on Uncle Ling's wall, right? He seemed to be really concerned with how the Woos were doing lately. Interesting. Please check your pockets. I just found this in mine. Oh, I have a 2 of characters mahjong card on me. I'm sure you've already noticed the relation between the mahjong cards and the order of death. These cards symbolize provocations from the murderer. Every person who received a card has now become their prey. 11 people. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 9 cards. Interesting. We must not sit idly by for the death to dawn upon us. There are 2 people on this ship. I don't think it's possible for one person to commit all the murders. So there has to be 2 murderers who are conspiring together. In my opinion, I could be wrong. But Ling and Madame Ying were killed in such close proximation. Also, there's 11 cards. Unless Al is not a target. Maybe. She's a child. I know, Muto! The plot continues to thicken. Soon it's gonna become a joust. It's not even gonna be thick anymore. It's just gonna be sticky. Shipmaster Lo, please gather everyone at the dining hall immediately. This has become like those murder mysteries. This has become a murder mystery. I feel like this is a low-key, people gather in the dining hall where Shen recounted what just happened. This is becoming like the murders on, like those, Agatha Christie novels. This is becoming like an Agatha Christie novel. John has already introduced the situation of the 3 homicide cases. The 9, 8, and 7 of characters appear next to the 3 victims respectively. Earlier, John and I found mahjong cards with 2 and 3 of characters in our pockets. These cards are most likely a countdown for the culprit's murder plan. I would like to ask you all to see if you have any cards on your person. Alright, what did Wu Taeman get? He got 6. So he's next. Ling has, L has 5. Yingchu has 4. First Mate Wood has 1. Because all of the missing character margin cards are here. Afu doesn't have 1. Isn't it because you're the one who placed them? Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say First Mate Wood is the murderer. Because this is... Okay, because if you think about it, he has 1, making him the last target. There's only 2 people on this ship. Because there's 9 cards and 11 people. Which means 2 people wouldn't have cards. And right now, it looks like it's Master Lo and Afu. But I feel like the culprit is trying to make Afu look suspicious. Which First Mate Wood has been trying to do this whole time. Also, the murderer, if they were gonna make themselves innocent, would put a card on themselves. But they wouldn't put themselves at a higher number, because then it would seem suspicious. So logically, they would give themselves the last card. Because it would also mean the detective and the prosecutor will also be dead. No, my jelly is telling me First Mate Wood is suspicious AF. I don't have a card on me either. They're torturing me by making me watch as my passengers and crew are killed by one. Yeah, and they're leaving Afu for last. The 1 card is supposed to go to Afu, but in order to make him look suspicious, the First Mate Wood has put a card on himself. You want revenge to come after me? Trapped in water, nails, and coffins. This wasn't done by men. I have no time for your superstitions. The Loan King is an after-father's inheritance, though, right, T-Man? Why would you say that? Are you possessed by something? Calm down. Yeah, calm down. The supernatural aren't behind this, but a serial homicide has indeed taken place on the ship. For your own safety, please remain in the dining hall and assist our search for the culprit. To begin, we need to make sure that you're trustworthy. Excuse me! Shipmaster Mr. Joseph is the new prosecutor of the Shanghai International Settlement. Nobody's more trustworthy than he is. I know Mr. Joseph quite well, however. I understand your concern, Shipmaster. How about this? I will organize discussions and trust John with the task of deduction. Throughout this evening, John and I, as well as Mr. Wu Timan, have been in this dining hall. Shipmaster, I can also prove that Mr. Shen is a good person. Mr. Shen and Mr. Joseph helped clear up my name, so I approve also. Alright. Mr. Joseph, Mr. Shen, how do you plan to find the murderer? The assassination techniques and wounds of Old Ling and Madame Ying are exactly the same. It should be the work of the same murderer. Although Hao Chu's cause of death differs, a mahjong card was also discovered next to him. Alright, there's no one else to be introduced. This is everybody. In cases where consecutive crimes have been committed, time is the most crucial information. Therefore, we need to confirm the alibis of everyone here. What is an alibi? Any evidence that proves that you were not present at the time of the crime. Due to the relatively confirmed time of death of Madame Ying and Old Ling, I would like each of you to respectively state where you were, what you did, and evidence proving so during these two time periods. Hello, Mr. Chu! Why is Shen so fancy? That's not Shen, that's Joseph. That's Shen's brother's friend, who's a prosecutor, whom my jelly tells me may or may not have murdered Shen's brother. I'm not sure yet. You either drip or you drown! That's right. Facts, Brondo. Anyway, we're in a murder mystery situation. We've done 3 autopsies in a row. There's a countdown of mahjong cards. Telling us the order of death, predicting future death. But I think I know who the murderer is. We're gonna keep going and see if my jelly's right, and if my deduction is right. John and I will judge whether everyone has an alibi or not based on their statements. What if someone lies? Someone lies, there will be a contradiction between the testimonies to reveal who is lying. If there are no further questions, let's begin with Madame Ying's case. Joseph, I really hope you didn't kill Brian, because you're really pretty and I like you. The last time we also Madame Ying was in this dining hall. Soon afterwards, she left the dining hall alone and returned to her cabin to rest. Then the power outage took place, causing Afu to trip over Madame Ying's body. Finally, power was restored and Miss Inchu discovered the body and cried for help. Now, I would like everyone to talk about what you've been through after Madame Ying. What you've been through from after Madame Ying left the dining hall to when the power was restored. Alright, group testimony! I told Mr. Shen that before the power went out, I met with Yingzhou once. My chest felt stuffy after the game, so I went back to my room to take my asthma medication. Then Yingzhou asked me to teach her poker, but I refused because I wasn't feeling well. Is there anyone who can testify to what you said? There is? Afu came by saying he wanted to take some tool out from his cabinet. After Afu left, I went to the bow of the ship for some air. Liangxing can testify for me. I felt better after a while, then as I was about to return to my cabin, the power went out. It was really dark, I was alone and scared, so I went to the cockpit to find Liangxing. When power was restored, Liangxing escorted me back to my room and we found Yingzhou. Very well. Alright, next please. Before the power outage, I was preparing dinner in the dining hall until Al came back. I brought Kongi to the shipmaster in Al's place and spoke with Yingchu when I saw her. After I went back to the cockpit, I took over the helm for a bit, then the power went out. I was going to check it out, but Yingchu came. She seemed scared, so I stayed with her instead. The rest is pretty much like what Yingchu said, except I chased after Afu. It's hard not to suspect him when he looks so flustered.
很好，下一位吴先生。
I see. What's there for me to say? I was at the dining hall before and after the power outage. But you both know that already. It's true. I don't know when Madame Ying left the dining hall before the power outage. I was at the helm. During which Al came by and Liang Xin brought me Kongyi. After the power outage, Miss Yingchu came. She looked quite scared. She was in the cockpit until the power was restored, then Liang Xin escorted her back to her room. I was working the dining hall, then Uncle Ling asked me to help in the engine room. What did he need your help with? He asked me to lend a hand with her while he repaired the joint of the condenser in the steam engine. After that, Uncle Ling told me to look for old Hao, but I couldn't find him anywhere. And the shipmaster made me get his Kongyi, so I went back to the dining hall. From then on, I was with Mr. Joseph and Mr. Shen the whole time. Alright. Yes, it's your turn to speak. I've been wanting to speak so bad. Okay. Here we go. Yes, we can understand you. Keep going. Yes, speak slowly. We will listen carefully. I was experimenting with my new invention, the vacuum blood box. I needed a veneer caliper, but it is in Madame Ying's room, so I went to get it. I remember Madame Ying was smiling while holding poker cards. Yingchu looked unhappy. After getting what I needed, I went back to experimenting. Suddenly, the power went out. I messed up and got my hand stuck, so I had to go get more tools from the room. Did you leave right away, or did you stay in your room for a while? I guess right away. I had a kerosene lamp close by, so I picked it up and left. I just walked out the door when I saw a figure run out from the room towards the bowl. Did you get a good look at who that person was? It was too foggy. All I can be sure of was that I saw a figure. I didn't think too much about it and went inside. You don't know what happened after. Very well. Everyone's testimonies just now were extremely detailed. Now, I'll leave it to John. Alright, gentlemen, the way I see it, everyone here has an alibi that you should sleep off? Incorrect. That's not true. That's actually not true. There's one person who was alone at one point who could have killed Madame Ying. No, there is a contradiction between one of the first 5 testimony and that of Afu. Alright, here we go. Needed a veneer caliper, but it is in Madame Ying's room, so I went to get it. And I need to take a look at the evidence. Alright, dining hall newspaper. Madame Ying's autopsy report. Kerosene lamp. Mahjong card. Navigation log. 8:50 proceeded full speed, 9:30 slowly advanced, 10:10 power outage occurred, 10:20 power restored. Okay. Now, we're going to currency here engraved. There's also a red string tied to it. Madame Ying's hairpin. Newspaper clippings. Missing escort case. Oling's Mahjong cards. 7. Seems to adjust the steam valve. Seems to adjust the airflow of the steam turbine. The valve is fully open. The pointer also indicates maximum value. But at 9:30, they should be slowly advanced. So why is this at maximum value? Interesting. Pierced through the heart by a hairpin. No defense wounds were found. Rigor was yet to set in. I'm not sure where we're going with this. I remember Madame Ying was smiling while holding poker cards. And she looked unhappy. I went back to experimenting, but the power went out, so I messed up and got my hands stuck. I left to get tools, but I saw a figure run out from Madame's room towards the bow. Where's the bow? I didn't think too much about it and went inside. Don't know what happened after. I need a hint. I was during the power outage, which is someone's testimony. My chest felt stuffy. I went back to my room to take medicine. I saw Yangtze and also ran into Afu. I went to the bow of the ship for some air and saw Lanxing bring the shipmaster Kongi. I was about to go back when the power went out. No one was around. I was really scared, so I went to the cockpit. I was preparing dinner in the dining hall, then brought Kongi to shipmaster and Alice's place and ran into Yangtze at the bow of the ship. I was at the helm while the shipmaster ate. After the power outage, Yangtze came. Once the power was restored, I walked her back to her room. For the power outage, okay, I helped Uncle Ling with repairs, looked for old Hal, talked with the shipmaster, and returned to the dining hall to fetch Kongi. After the power outage, while I was with Mr. Shannon, Mr. Joseph times. That doesn't contradict anything. Before the power outage, I was at the helm and never left the cockpit, during which Al came by once and Lanxing took over the helm after he brought me Kongi. After the power outage, Yinchu came and stayed until the power was restored. I saw a figure run out from Madame Ying's room towards the bow. Okay. Can't be Master Wu. I went to the bow of the ship for some air and saw Lanxing bring this. I was about to go back when the power went out. No one was around. I was really scared, so I went to the cockpit. So Yingchu didn't see anyone when the power went out. But Afu saw someone come out of the room. Muto! Muto! I don't think even notes can help me now. Afu's statement contradicts that of Miss Yingchu's. I don't think you said anything wrong. During the power outage, Afu saw a figure run from Madame Ying's room towards the bow. And yet, even though you were at the bow, Miss Yingchu, you did not see anyone. Maybe because it was too dark and foggy, that's why I didn't see them. The wooden deck, if someone ran towards the bow, you would have heard footsteps. Did you hear any? Maybe that's the case. What does that mean? You're sounding a little guilty, girl. I was too scared at the time, so I didn't notice. I know what's going on. You do? Actually, there is a detail I forgot to say. The figure I saw left Madame Ying's room and went inside another room. Huh? Maybe Yingchu didn't see them because they hid inside Mr. Joseph's room? Mr. Shen, didn't you notice someone break into your room to steal something? Could it be the murderer? That could be possible. However, only a bottle of red wine is missing. I wonder why the murderer would steal it. It's okay if we can't draw a conclusion for now. Let's begin the second round of inquiry.
诸位最后一次见到老林。
The last time we also old Ling was also in this dining
不
hall.
久前，
Not
众们
long
发
ago,
现他
John
被人
discovered
刺
that
死
he
在
had
人
been
机室内。
stabbed to death in the engine room.
杀害他的
A
凶器
weapon that
正
killed
是
him
殷
was
夫
the
人头上
hairpin
的发
Inja
簪。
wore on her head.
考虑到调查殷夫人
Since
的
the
意外现
hairpin
场
had
时，
yet to be stolen
现在
during
还没有被
investigation on
偷走。
Madame Ying's murder scene.
初步判断老林的死亡
Preliminary
时间
assessment
在
shows
殷
that
夫人
old
遇害
Ling's
后
time
不
of
久。
death was shortly after Madame Ying's.
接下来就请诸位
Now, I
说
would
一
like
说
everyone to talk about
离开殷夫人
what
死
you've
亡
been
现场
through
之后的
after
经历。
leaving Madame Ying's murder scene. Okay. After the incident, Liangxing brought Afu and me back to the cabin to rest. Afu didn't seem well, so I brought some pastries and cleaned the blood off his hand. And I spent some time trying to remove the box from Afu's hand. Not long after, Mr. Shen and Al arrived. Okay. After Mr. Shen left, Afu and I stayed put until Shipmaster Lo assembled us. Which means Yingchu couldn't have killed Ling.
很好，请换下一位。
Alright, next.
我把引柱和阿
After I helped Yingchu and Afu settle down, I reported to the shipmaster at the cockpit.
沈先生和小
When Mr. Shen and Al came to investigate, we also held Chu's body fall down.
船长出去查看情
I
况。
took over the helm while the shipmaster went out to
之
assess
后
the
我一直
situation.
在掌舵。
You were alone in the cockpit for so long. Is there anyone who can prove it? And the fact that the ship didn't overturn and feed you to the Lone King the best proof?
哪个字？
Okay, let's keep going.
够了。
There's nothing for me to say. Alright, let's keep going. Ever since I left the room, I've been reciting scriptures on deck to keep the ship safe. Everyone on board has seen and understand my hard work and dedication. Okay. While you were investigating Madame Ying's death, I was at the helm. After Hao Chu's body fell, I realized we were in danger and asked Liangxing to take over. When Mr. Shen and Mr. Joseph were examining Hao Chu's body, I was by their side. Then Mr. Joseph asked many questions about Hao Chu and made me bring him to the cockpit. When no one responded to the engine telegraph, we went to the engine room together. When we arrived, Mr. Shen and Al were already there. Alright, next please. I've been with Mr. Shen the entire time. Pretty much went to every single place on the ship. Agreed. After leaving the murder scene, I was resting inside the room. It was super quiet. I was feeling dizzy and wanted to sleep. But someone kept reciting scriptures. It wasn't that loud, but it was so annoying. Thank goodness Yingchu took care of me and helped me take the vacuum glove box off. Then the detective came, fixed my tongue and told us not to go outside. Very well. Alright, everyone has provided new statements. Is there anything wrong with the statements this time? Not everyone has explained everything they've been through fully. And one person's description does not match the situation I saw during investigations. Oh. Alright, let's think about this. I was resting in Afu's room at the time. Afu wasn't feeling well, so I took care of him, helped him remove the box from his hand. Not soon after Mr. Shen and Al came, we remained in the room after that. Okay, I think that's true. Al was with me the whole time. Also, the helm after discovering murder hunter went deck situation at the fellowship was Mr. Joseph. That's also true. Ever since I left the room, I've been reciting scriptures and praying for blessings on deck. Everyone saw how dedicated I was. After I helped Inchu and Alpha sail down and return to the cockpit, then Mr. Shen and Al came. We saw Hao Chu's body fall from the roof. When the shipmaster went out to check the station, I stayed at the helm. That is also true. Person who did not explain everything fully was you, Mr. Teeman. Master Wu, you say you were praying for blessings on the deck the entire time, but Mr. Shen, I didn't see you on the deck when we headed towards the cockpit. A lot of preparation needs to be done to pray to the Long King for blessings. I don't think this murder can be done by one person. But we'll see. I could be wrong. My jelly could be wrong. All the different gods need different offerings. There's no point in explaining it to you. I was busy with this and that on the deck. Maybe we missed each other. Unless there's someone hiding on board, which I doubt. If Wu T-Man was on the deck the entire time, what does the appearance of this item mean? Mr. T-Man, have you ever noticed that a copper coin's missing from your sword? They're moving too fast for the kills. There's gotta be two. Exactly. Exactly. This copper coin must have helped me dodge a bullet. Coincidentally, I found the missing copper coin. I now return it to you. You don't want to know where it's... You don't want to know? You don't want to know where I found it? What's more coincidental is I found it inside my cabin, sir. Either that or the one person who was really moving on demon time. Maybe they were possessed by dragons. What do we know? What do we lowly mortal beings know about dragon time? The king ball of Yangtze River? Maybe. Mr. T-Man, how do you explain this? What? You're not the murdered officer enter Mr. Shen's room, are you? You ungrateful brat. Don't just sling mud at me. I remember the copper coin was still on your sword when we invested in Madame Ying's room, correct? I noticed it. His sprite changed afterwards. So he couldn't have been the murderer. At the moment, I believe that you were not the person Afu saw. However, about you sneaking into my room, I need a reasonable explanation from you. After Angel's incident, I did go to Mr. Shen's room, but what? Explain! I only did it for the safety of everyone on board. Okay, tell me more. A Taoist priest told me that we needed to prepare 6 bags of pork for the Long King. But there wasn't enough on the ship, so I had no choice but to mix in some pig ears and snout. I didn't want to risk angering the Long King, so I borrowed the wine from your cabin. To be honest, I needed top quality aged wine. Using this foreign wine made me nervous. Where are these offerings now? I split them into 3 yin and 3 yang bags and threw them all one by one to the river. You threw all the pork I stored into the water? He did. And my red Bordeaux! You know? Oh, I can tell you about Westerners? You don't mess with their Bordeaux, man. How much did those things call? I'll pay you? I don't think... You have no... A good bottle of Bordeaux? Costs a lot of money, especially since you don't have any money left. I saw the piece of paper that was in your room. Where you owe people money. Wu Tianmen should be telling the truth now. I saw him throw the offering to the water. One bag to surprise. Yeah, he did throw those in the water. One bag to remove ill fortune. Okay. It should be true. If Wu Timan is telling the truth, then a contradiction exists in this statement. Divide the one of the offering into 6 bags and threw them into the water, one bag at a time. Mr. Shen and Al Kang remain in the room after that. After I helped Inchu and Afu settle down, I returned to the cockpit. Then Mr. Shen and Al came. We saw Haochi's body fall from the roof. When the shipmaster went out to the situation, I stayed at the helm. First, I was at the helm. After discovering the murder of Hao Chu, I went to check the situation in the bow of the ship with Mr. Shen. After that, I was with Mr. Joseph. I helped Mr. Shen with the investigation, went to every place on the ship. I was resting in Afu's room at the time Afu wasn't feeling well, so I took care of him and helped him remove the box from his hand. And also after Mr. Shen Al came, we remained in the room after that. I was resting inside the room, I was feeling dizzy and wanted to sleep. It was super quiet except for someone who kept reciting scriptures. So annoying, thank goodness. Inchu took care of me and helped me take the vacuum box off, and the tech fixed my tongue and told us not to go outside. Wu Tingman was telling the truth. The sound of him throwing offering and shouting should be noticeable. It's true. So Hachi's body on the shipmaster. Let's check the situation state of the helm. It was super quiet except for someone who kept reciting scriptures. Wu Timan, that rascal! Yeah. Muto is understanding that this man is a thief. He's also littering, by the way. Afu, did you hear anything else besides the sound of someone reciting scriptures? Nothing else. That sound alone was enough to make me dizzy. Are you sure? I'm sure. If you were so focused on the noise outside the door, you must have also heard the sound of Mr. Wu tossing the bag of offerings and his shouting. Yeah, he was kind of yelling really loudly. Those sounds should have been more raucous. That's true. However, I really didn't hear the sounds that you speak of. How could this be? Maybe it was because I fell asleep? According to Afu's description, he must have fallen into unconsciousness due to vasovagal sign code. Your testimony won't be taken into consideration, but this is crucial information. You know what this means. If Afu was unconscious within the time Madame Yin and Oling were murdered, someone is unable to provide a reliable alibi. This person who is unable to provide a reliable alibi during 2 critical time frames is you, Miss Ying Chu. Could you be mistaken? How could my sister possibly be the murderer? If Afu was unconscious, this means that he cannot provide an alibi for Miss Ying Chu. When Madame Ying was murdered, Miss Ying Chu said she was alone at the bow of the ship. Other than her brief encounter with Mr. Liang Xing, no one can prove it. Does that mean everyone else is innocent? Please tell us how you came to this conclusion. Given the murder's consistent modus operandi, especially the recurring mahjong cards, we can confirm that it is the same perpetrator committing these serial crimes. By confirming the alibis, we can rule out several suspects. In Haochu's case, we cannot rule out anyone because too many details are unconfirmed. Agreed. Madame Ying was killed after she left the dining hall before Ah-Fu entered the room. We can rule out Wu Timen, Joseph Bao, Shen Chuping, who have remained in the dining room together. Due to the vasovagal syncope and other reasons, Ah-Fu has been proved innocent. Oling was murdered after Madame Ying's body was moved and before I entered the engine room. We can rule out Ao, who was with me the whole time, and Wu Liangxing, who was at the helm. It's true. As well as Shipmaster Lo, who was with Liangxing half the time and Joseph the other half. The only person who cannot be ruled out is Yin Chu. Seems too simple. You're not possessed by the ghost by Long King, are you? No, it wasn't me. I promised I stayed inside the cabin the whole time. The sound of offering being tossed in the water, I heard it. I must remind you, hearing the sound of offerings fall into the water cannot prove you were in the room. You could also hear that sound from outside of the room. What should I do? There's no need to be overly nervous. Carefully recall the people, places, and things that can provide you with an alibi. I don't think she did it. Because it's too early. It's too early! Please provide a more detailed account of your experience before and after the power outage. Alright, let's see. My chest felt stuffy after the game, so I hurried back to my room to take my asthma medicine. Then Yingzhu came, asked me to teach her poker, but I refused because I wasn't feeling well. We were talking when Ah-Fu came by, saying he wanted to get a tool. According to Ah-Fu, he said you look unhappy. What happened? That was because Yingzhu messed up my suitcase, so I was upset. Okay, please continue. After Ah-Fu left, I went to the bow of the ship for some air. I ran into Liangxing on his way to bring the shipmaster Kongyi, and we spoke a few words. I felt better after a while, then as I was about to return to my cabin, the power went out. I was alone and scared, so I went to the cockpit to find Liangxing. Alright. From the boat to the cockpit, are you sure you did not meet anyone? 2 bots in 1 day? Can we not? Busy. I'm busy listening to testimony. I didn't know it was really dark without a single spark of light. All I wanted was to find Liangxing. Thankfully, he was in the cockpit with the shipmaster. A contradiction exists between Miss Ying Chu's description and this piece of evidence. Alright, here we go. Yingzhu asked me to teach her poker. I felt upset because she messed up my suitcase. Rival mini computer, the GOAT! Yeah, but he's 4. They're rival mini computer 4. So they're not 1. They're 4. So I guess not the GOAT. We were talking when Ah-Fu came by, saying he wanted to get a tool. After Ah-Fu left, I went to the bow of the ship for some air and spoke to Liangxing. When the power went out, I was scared and went to find Liangxing in the cockpit. The way to the cockpit was dark without a single spark of light. I didn't notice anyone else. I didn't have that tiny copy of the name. Please just give me a break. You're forgiven. It's not possible for it to be dark without a single spark of light. Because Ah-Fu was holding a kerosene lamp. At least that's my understanding. Miss Yingchu, are you sure the surroundings were pitch black? Yes, I'm sure. You did not see a single spark of light at all. Yes, not a single spark. That is unreasonable. Afu was holding a kerosene lamp on the deck and you were facing towards him. How could you have not seen a single spark of light? But I really didn't see any light. My sister has always been afraid of the dark. If she really saw light back then, she wouldn't have been so scared. Maybe she entered the cockpit at a different time than Afu leaving his room? Both Afu and Miss Yingchu changed their courses of action right after the power outage. Yeah, they both left right away. It's impossible for them to act at the exact same time, right? I know where they're going with this. A slight time difference doesn't invalidate Jump's theory. Eyes are sensitive to light and dark. That means something covered up the light, and I know what it is. Heavy fog tonight, the moon and stars are hidden by clouds. After the power outage, Afu's kerosene lamp should have been the only source of light on deck. She didn't see it because of an open door. In this case, Miss Yingchu would have noticed the light when the lamp was inside the room. And Afu must be lying. He's not. I already know what it is. It means this door, one of these doors was open. Yet Miss Yingchu says she didn't see anyone or any light on her way to the cockpit. Could it be possible that they're both telling the truth? Afu saw Yingchu heard both. They were both mistaken. They're both mistaken and both firmly believe what they saw. The reasoning goes without saying. More of the question is, what did they get wrong? That they're both telling the truth. The person Afu saw was Miss Yingchu, and Yingchu went to the cockpit from Dame Ying's room instead of the boat. She had her back towards Afu, so naturally she could not see the light. Miss Yingchu, you left from Madame Ying's room instead of the boat to go to the cockpit. That is why you did not notice the light from the kerosene line behind you. Is she really the murderer? After you ran into Liangxing, there is a long period of time where you do not have an alibi. You lied and said you stayed at the boat when in fact you returned to your cabin. It is very likely that you murdered Madame Yan during this time frame. That's not true. Didn't Afu say he saw the murderer entering your room? Yingchu came to the cockpit. With all the fog at night, Afu could not tell which room Yingchu actually entered. That is true. Just a routine man breaking into my room to steal wine was after Madame Ying's incident. Other than that, there were no traces of a second person breaking in. Even if the person Afu saw was Yingchu, that doesn't mean that she's the murderer. Maybe all she did was go back to her room. If Yingchu was not the murderer upon her return, she would run into the murderer. Yingchu was not the murderer, she would run into the murderer upon her return. No wonder she seemed so scared when she got to the cockpit. The murderer threatening you? You know who they are, just point them out, everyone in this room is on your side? It's nothing like that. Yingchu running to the murder is only one of many possibilities. I agree. Based on your analysis now, I'm sure you can derive more definitive conclusions. She would see Afu. Okay. And on. Afu entered right after, finding Madame Ying dead. Oh, that's true! I forgot about that! When she was not the murderer, she must have already discovered the body. Why did she choose not to tell Shipmaster Lo and Liangxing immediately? Did you already discover the body before you came to the cockpit? I don't know what to say. She's speechless. Detective, I don't think Yingchu is a bad person. You say she's the murderer, then she needs a motive, right? Why would she murder her own sister-in-law? Speaking of motive, I'm afraid it's related to this item left at the crime scene. A suitcase. This is Yingchu's suitcase. She deliberately closed it before leaving the cabin. Thus, it can be seen that the belongings in the suitcase are very important to her. So what does Yingchu care about inside the suitcase? I'm not sure. This is the mahjong card? The poker cards? This deck of poker cards was originally in the hands of Madame Ying. Yet after the murder occurred, it appeared inside the suitcase. Miss Yingchu, you were the one who placed them, correct? You did not wish for others to see this deck of poker cards, so you closed the suitcase. How can my sister kill someone over some poker cards? I brought the poker cards over. If you look close enough, you'll discover something out of the ordinary about these cards. Poker cards found in the suitcase of a hat pin on the back that seemed to have been seen somewhere before. I believe this piece of evidence will show everyone the true purpose of this deck of cards. Huh? Everyone knows something that I don't know. Oh. It's the poker cards of the magician Julia. I did not notice that until now. Alright. These poker cards could be connected to the magic trope on the newspaper clippings. The beautiful magician featured in the newspaper is holding a deck of poker cards in her hand. What about Western magic shows? Almost every magic trope has a show related to poker. The evidence you need must be related specifically to the poker cards in the suitcase. That's not it. I've seen this somewhere else before. Oh, this thing. Is it this thing? Unique magic. You may or may not die here. The key lies in the pattern on the back of the card. It's the symbol of Shanghai's famous magic organization, the unique magic trope. The new looked kind of familiar. I watched one of their shows called Telepathy a while ago. Tickets sold out easily. When that magician unique mode was performing Telepathy, he was using cards just like these. Good memory. But what does this magic organization have to do with the homicide cases on board? Unless the magic organization is just a cover and they're actually pirates? That's possible. Other than Madame Ying, the Stoker, Old Ling, and shipmate Hao Chu were also killed. There's no reason for Yingchu to kill them. Miss Yingchu's motive may relate to this evidence. Huh? Did a pick the missing escort case? It's also an out of a magic show. I don't know what I'm doing. I have lost track of where the story is. Skill issue, I know. going with this. Speaking of motive, I'm afraid money is still involved.
沈先生，
My sister has always been well provided for, and our father left her a large sum of money.
他不可能
There's no way she could kill someone for money. What if she could lose her right to inheritance?
什么意思？
Indeed, Miss Inchu may not need the money, but the unique magic trope does. It's okay, we all lost the plot. The dragons really threw a curveball on this murder case. Actually, though. Plot twist, the one possessed by the dragon is me. This is a newspaper clipping found next to Old Ling's bed. A magic troupe faces crippling financial crisis. Shanghai trip becomes swan song trip. The props used in magic performances are rarely given to outsiders. Since the poker cards used by the unique magic trope appear near Yingchu, this indicates that she has a rather close connection with the magic trope. Now, the magic trope is in financial crisis and in need of funds. Father never liked these Westerner things. You can't spend our family money on this.
运作啊，
Yingchi, you better shape up.
违反家
Those who
规
violate family rules will be deprived of their inheritance rights. That's kind of the problem, isn't it? I speculate that the conflict between Madame Ying and Yingchu may have originated from this. The conversation often witnessed was not about poker, but about the inheritance.
阴柔
Nothing good comes from dragons? I
小
agree.
妹那份呗。
They're scary. It's obvious Yingju was after Yingchu's cut.
先生，
Mr. Shan, what about Old Ling and Hao Chu? How did they fit in?
老林曾是无
Old Ling used to be a guard for the Woos. I found a newspaper clipping next to his bed.
他看起来很
He
关注
seemed
吴家人
concerned
的
with how the Woos were doing lately, and he was in need of money.
不要再讲了。
Say no more. Perhaps Old Ling and Madame Ying conspired together and threatened Yingchu.
我确实见过
I've seen Uncle Ling speak with Yingchu in private before.
至于好久，
As for Hao Chu, we still cannot confirm the cause of his death.
因此，
Therefore, I have yet to make a definitive conclusion.
也许是一起被
Perhaps he
利用
was
的
an
意外事
accident that could be used, or a witness that was silenced.
那我们每个人身
What
上
about the
找到的
mahjong
宝
cards
贝
each of us
就是
found on
宝
our
贝
person?
其他人和这些
The rest of us have nothing to do with this.
现在
Now we do.
我猜
I presume the mahjong cards were recovered to create the facade of a legendary
传说杀人的
murderer.
假象，船上流言
It would
四
be
起
easier for the murderer to get away if everyone had
凶手被
fallen
更
into
有脱罪的
chaos.
机会真正的目标，
The actual target should be the 3 people who have already been murdered.
这
Do you have
这个
any
推论有
basis
什
for
么
your
依据？
deduction?
遇害者身上的
The
宝
mahjong
贝
cards were placed next to the victims after their death.
而其余人的宝
Even
贝
everyone else's cards was found on their person. That is true. That is true. The red herring.
是
How did Yingchu put the cards on us?
将牌放到每个
It
人
should be
身上
not be difficult for Miss Yingchu to place the cards on each of us.
难不成小妹学过魔术
My？sister practices magic.
呸呸呸呸！
I mean, I think it's obvious. There's no way the Wu family could be connected with magic and witchcraft.
给我看
The way I see it, all these bad things happening on board are cursed from the magic trope.
住嘴！
Oh, she said shut up. Showing her true colors.
早就想
I
讲。
wanted to talk about it a long time ago. It's not a big deal.
我是雨欣魔术
I'm a
团的
member
演员
of the unique magic trope. I go by the stage name Julia.
魔术师莫雨
My
欣
boyfriend
是
is
我的
Unique Mo, the magician.
啊，朱莉亚，莫雨琪的那个，
I
没
see.
错就是你妹妹我。
That's me, your sister. The lady from a respectable family, you make a fool of yourself dressed like... Don't worry about it. What do you mean by boyfriend?
没有父母，
Without parental permission or a matchmaker, you went and eloped on your own? I mean...
女子世界早
Woman's world has long advocated for freedom of marriage and love.
糟糕，那
Anyway. Father told me that he sent me to study abroad because he didn't want me to be
被困在
trapped.
围墙之内。他讲
He said that I should broaden my horizons and see the world.
也不知道
Okay, whatever, Wu Tian. I'm not super interested in what he has to
他的
say.
这些东西根本无法和魔术
Everything you
相
just
提
said
并论
cannot even be compared to magic. That is what I truly love, what I pursue as a career.
我享受灯
I
光
enjoy the spotlight, the stage, the amazed look on the faces of the audience.
还有一群志
I also
同道
have a
合的
group
朋
of
友
friends who share my dream.
为了他们
For them, I'm willing to give up everything.
啊，
Okay. Alright, Wu Tianmen is just going. Keep going. Yeah, I'm not interested in your family quarrel. I'm interested in the murder.
尹朱小姐能否
Whether or
继
not
承
Miss
家
Yingqi
产
has
是
inheritance
吴家内
rights
部的
are
事，
the internal affairs of the
而
Wu.
今晚
But
在
tonight,
这个
in this
餐厅
dining hall,
还
there's a
有一
serial
桩连环
homicide
凶
case that
杀
needs
案
to
要
be
破获，
solved.
因此，
Therefore,
尹朱
Miss
小姐，
Yingqi, are you willing
你
to
是否愿
honestly
意
disclose
将
what
自
you've
己的
been
经历
through?
坦诚相告？
好，
Fine. Alright.
二嫂确实私自翻我的箱子，还翻出
Okay.
了扑克牌，我想要回来，她不肯。
Okay, we're gonna have to come back to this because we're already 9 minutes over the 3-hour mark, and I feel like I still don't think she did it alone. I feel like there's more to this case, so I think we're quite far from being done. So we're gonna come back. Come back to this. We'll start at Inch's testimony when we next play the game. When we next play the game. I'm really curious. I don't think she's the murderer. If she is the murderer, I don't think she did it alone. I feel like there's more to this. But we will find out next time. Ami Mare indeed, Brondo Ami Mare. But that is it for today. We are in the thick of it. We're in the thick of a triple homicide. So let's see where it goes from here. I will be off on Wednesday and Saturday. Very busy week for me. Very, very busy week for me. But I'll be back on Sunday. At 7 p.m. PDT with more Clair Obscura Expedition 33. Where we don't know how to parry. We'll be kind of figuring out how to dodge, but not really. And I think Gustav is depressed. But that is it for tonight. Thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate y'all. I hope you had a good time. I don't know what's going on in the story. But we'll see where it takes us. Have a great day or great night wherever you are. Stay chill, stay safe, stay cool. And I will see you guys in my next stream. Good night. And I'll see you next time. Bye.